Yo, Cannon Fizzle.
Yo, baby.
Hello.
Yo, baby, what up?
What up, baby? Ready to get the podcast started?
You like, yeah. I was just starting my fucking stream.
Hell yeah! All right.
But you ruined everything.
I mean, I ruined it. Oh, I gotta do my stream starting soon now too. And I gotta set up the
What's up,
Classic
dude?
Boyz overlay.
Yeah, that's gonna be totally scuff. I'll have to set it up after, but yeah. What's up, everybody? What's up? How's my mic sound? I was gonna like type in the title. Classic Boyz cast. Thanks for the 5.
All right.
Fucking Dollaruskis, Oliver. Thanks, my dude. I didn't change the text either. Fuck. I hate YouTube.
You're not streaming on Twitch.
No, I just recorded on whatever. And I just host you on Twitch.
I'm not live at the moment. I'm not live at this very second.
What's up, dude? What's up, everybody? Okay, I'm just gonna turn this thing on. I guess fuck, it's all scuffed now. What's up, motherfuckers? I'm like trying to run the well, it's not much of a gauntlet. I was doing all the quests in here, and I was gonna go turn in, but I was up here. I was like, fuck, I'll just go all the way around and get the flight path, so I don't have to fly to Zorm Strand or whatever, you know. I guess server. You know what? Oh, wait. Never mind. How's everybody doing tonight? Jesse, my man. Oh, shit, it's 22. What the fuck?
Yo, Camis, this time make sure that you use your set up a window capture on my stream for your stream.
What does that mean?
So if you make a window capture of like my web browser that you have my stream up in, because you had my laptop webcam as my webcam through the last one. That's why the angle was all fucked and everything.
Oh, what the hell? Just put a book underneath it, motherfucker. Tilt the laptop up.
That's true. Alright.
Everyone's like, why is that guy's camera so scuffed? I'm like, I don't know. It's fine on his stream. Oh shit, I charged the wrong one.
Alright, that's fine then.
How's it going, Jesse? Yeah, that was definitely me getting a haircut, my dude. My music is so loud.
Maybe a tiny little bit, but not really.
Just playing WoW music, I guess. That's what we'll just stick with right now. Fuck, man, there's this hunter in the crag there. He's good. He's like a wars are so gimped that early against hunters, right? You don't have intercept, so I'm playing music. I think won't get banned, so because I feel like we're doing another Classic Boyz cast. Nice, dude. Nice. Very nice. I gotta go to my other Classic Boyz cast and steal all the.
And we're gonna get Code Dump back in here too, right? I know some people had some negative feedback about Code, but I think he's fine. Yeah, it was.
This is what's weird. It keeps on like restarting the call.
What the hell? Let's go. What's up, motherfucker? What's up? What's up? Invited me by accident. Motherfucker. What's up, Maximilian Jones? Tired of BFA already? Problem with BFA is I have nothing to do right now. On Sunday I'll be streaming it again. Now the reason I don't stream it right now. It's because I'm not raiding, and I don't enjoy. I'm not enjoying mythics right now. They're supposed to be doing changes to Azerite stuff, but who knows what how that's going to affect it, right? I said for one night only. Wow, that was a lie. Oops. Episode 3. This Stormwind music? Damn. It is Stormwind. Am I on the wrong call? I'm in my own call. Son of a bitch. Sorry, I'm like all scuffed here. Not to call me back here, whatever.
Yo.
What the hell just happened? You can switch it?
I tried to add code to the call and I fucked it up. Yeah, I fucked it up. That was me. A little drunk tonight, boys. A little drunk. It's gonna be a little bit of a spicier, later late night classic, boys.
Classic yet? Sorry, I missed some of the chat here too. What's up, Mob Daily? Down to run something? Oh, definitely down for some BFD. I was just running here to get the flight path because
a little bit of extra on it.
I was up in the northwest corner there of
Yo, Petey, how are the topics
Stone
for
Talon,
tonight?
right? So
you got one, like one or two?
I was up here, northeast corner.
Dude,
So I figured I would run
I
to
just wanted to do this, man. Where we would just raw dog off the top. If you want me to like
Let's go.
resurrect some shit.
Oh hell
Classic
no,
plan.
no. That's what I was gonna say.
when's the classic stream?
I was expecting you to say there are no topics.
Yeah, because there are none. Because this is it, dude. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say, but I didn't want to be harsh about it. But yeah.
Can you guys hear these
Because
guys okay?
what? PD didn't write shit down.
Oh, yeah, you got
this
'em.
time, boys.
Ooh.
You're on your own.
I have one issue with that.
What's that?
I haven't drank anything tonight.
Dude, why have you not?
What's up, Liam? I went out for dinner. They didn't have any fucking... Son of a bitch, I'm gonna kill this hunter. They didn't have any, Ooh. Wait a minute. I can't do anything. Warriors are so gimp. And I'm netted by this fucking spider. Are you serious?
Alcoholic beverages?
Dawkins donated $6. What's up, my man? Oh, this fucking spider.
WHODA FAC.
What's up, dude? Perfect timing on that. I'm gonna kill that motherfucker. That's what I'm gonna do. Thanks for that $6.95 with the Ultimate Warrior. Liam there, what's up, dude? I think I said that already. We're doing another late night classic, boys, so I don't know if you guys were paying attention last week. 12 pack? What? Is that what he said? I don't have my stream labels open. I told his scuff this because Top Locks gave me shit. He's like, when do you start your stream? I was like, fuck. Hunters are a pain in the ass too. I could get him. I don't think he has Feigned Death. Who the fuck? There we go. There we go. Someone said something about a 6-pack. I'm like, that's not a 6-pack. $7? $7 is like 2 beers. Thanks again, my dude. It's just not fair. It's not fair until I get intercept. If I lose and I have intercept, then I'll be fucking... It'd be a legit fight, right? So, as I was saying, the last 2 weekends, or sorry, last week we did two in 1 week. It was an impromptu podcast on a Wednesday night, and then we decided we were going to do it every Friday night after that. And It was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun for sure. So that's what we're doing again tonight. It was supposed to be $5. I don't know the conversions yet. Yeah, well, it's Canadian dollars are worth pennies, right? It's like 30 cents. Oh, we were discussing this yesterday, weren't we? Or I might have been talking to somebody else, but yeah. Hashtag wrong credit card. Chargeback. Wait a minute. Input. It feels like I'm listening to the game. Tuscan helm. I don't have a helm. I don't even have one. Yeah, I can only take so many of that guy's fucking slings and arrows here. Where is he? He's not gonna be sticking around. Fuck, the thing with the warriors, man, you put him in combat, scuffed, dude, scuffed. It's bound? Oh yeah, it is BOP. No, no, no. Hi, this is Dawkins' dad. If you don't refund it, I'll call Canada FBI. Canada doesn't have an FBI. I guess we have CSIS. I think that's a thing. My mom said you're not allowed to donate to me, Dawkins. So yeah, we're doing another podcast style. I'll just be leveling here and whatever in the meantime. Maybe we'll go back to Lightbringer again. Oh, it's a rogue. Oh, fuck. Not having Berserker Rage. Eggbreaker. What is this fucking server so full of lag? Are you serious?
Yo, so can we set up our webcams real quick? I guess I don't know if we're gonna have code delve or not. I don't know what's. I don't know what's going on, but can we turn on our webcams real quick? He's got it. I got mine.
So you're good again.
Alright, there we go. This is good. If we just have us three, that's really not that bad.
Code Delve driving himself insane. So how easy is it to farm Dire Maul? Said you and Jakey made. I guess you guys made so much gold because the fucking.
Oh no. I joined
compendium, yeah.
I joined the Devil Sword Mafia. No, I just said that as a cover. I don't want to tell people I'm in the Devil Sword Mafia. Yeah, I joined the Devil
You
Sword
scumbag.
Mafia. I made 400 gold in an hour.
Shit.
I know.
How the fuck is it? Oh, that's Muggsy, right, isn't it?
It's the Muggsy Mafia, yeah. We're against the Steezy Mafia. And we're dumpstering them right now. It's actually fucked up. We're actually shitting on them.
No, it's not. I just have overpower bound to my mouse roll.
Wow, I actually have to press push to talk even when my camera's on.
Actually, I've never even seen the Steezy Mafia yet. I've only seen like a few Russian players in Ungaro.
So it's
like,
just a bunch of...
Yeah, it's weird. It's like there's like a group of 5 Russians that contest a bunch of randoms, and then I heard that Muggsy and Steezy got beef. But that's the only one.
Like, it would save me one slot, but I just use the my mouse roll. Two dead torrents. Oh my god, that other dude died too. He's like, I just 2v1 guys.
Setting up my shit right now.
Code Delve's not coming or what? Oh, you don't know?
I don't know. Yeah, I tried to call him. He was in Discord just a little bit ago.
This is the only music I can play that won't get banned. I've always had it I've always had my overpower. So if I go in defensive stance, it's my mouse wheel and then it's overpower right away. It's the same keybind. Okay, man, I gotta get some sleep, dude. Hit that like button, homies. Dockin, thanks so much, dude, for that $7. I'm gonna round up to $7. Oh wait, it says $5. Oh, whatever. Thanks for the donation, man. And Oliver Twist too, of course. When I was loading. Yeah, have a good night, guys. Or have a good night, dude. I don't even have any lights on right now. How's the new mic sound? Most of you guys might have heard it by now, I guess.
Wait, Cammy, so are you streaming yet?
Yeah, it's up.
Oh, Christ.
No, I'm just dicking around. Why? Oh, not the Mafia stuff. Is that what you were worried about?
Oh, no. I just didn't know if you were streaming yet or not. Because we don't even have code in here yet or anything. This is super scuff. No, I don't give a shit about the Mafia shit. I've literally only farmed one set. I don't even really know what the fuck's going on.
Well, so what's the trick? You just go around fucking dunking on guys that try to get Devil's Heart? That's about it?
Apparently, well, not really. I guess there's, I mean, yeah, it's just really, it's a shit ton of world PvP is basically all it is. Like,
make money? World PvP. Oh, wow. That sucks.
I haven't even seen like how much they talk about all this world PvP, but I haven't seen much of it yet. But I guess that's just because I'm so new. I guess I'll find out.
Liam Nero says he'll keep quiet if you give him 100 gold.
Listen, honestly, like I'm being completely honest. I'm fucking brand new. I've actually never, ever farmed Ungaro on any private server, and it was just like 2 hours at work while I was basically just AFKing. Like there was really nothing to do. So
that's my kind of job.
Like,
yeah.
It's like a shit. Everybody says it's like a shit ton of world PvP and all this and that. Like it's just hasn't been for me. But that's I don't know. Again, it's just I think it's just because I'm.
Because you had Finkles, and you were able to like get the corpse going. Is that what was happening here?
Like you mean aura stuff?
No, I mean.
Oh, the skinning knife, yeah.
Skinning
no, I like that's the reason why I can't even stay in it. Like it's so scuffed because I don't have skinning. So it took enchanting to do jump runs with Jake, and they were like, you need skinning.
Nice, I got skinning. Hell yeah, I'm coming.
I can't even go back now, dude. I'm fucking.
No, mind fucking blown.
You know what? You know what happens? You never leave the Mafia. You know that, right? They're gonna kill you now.
Yeah. No, but honestly, it was like again, it was actually surprisingly chill. Like they're all really fucking cool dudes. Like they're all really chill people.
Oh, I'm so
sure
sorry for this flight path.
But I don't know. I guess like everybody talks about all this beef and shit, and I just didn't.
I'll be right back. 1 second.
It was just basically just AFKing and Ungaro.
Gonna get a beer. I'll be right back.
You still have a fair chunk, I would say, Pat, in your Twitch.
Oh yeah, no. I'm sorry that it's taking so long. I told them like, cause when I wanted to make the call, I knew that I didn't have my overlay set up, so I turned off my stream, and then my other roommate came home, so I talked to him for like 5 minutes, and then I came back down and started working on the overlay. But I realized I needed to have you guys in a call to set up the overlay, so I'm doing that right now.
Word. I mean, I'm wondering why Code he should be in your Discord.
I called him on Discord. I went into my own Discord channel and tried to talk to him. I don't know if he's AFKing or what.
Oh, he might have been
Nope.
But yeah, it won't be anything to get him back in here if he does come back.
He said he was supposed.
No, I'm just gonna.
He went and just followed them around for a little bit, and I guess they split the profits from skinning devil stars, right?
I'm gonna start my stream now.
What was I gonna go to Thunderbluff for? Something. I forget what.
Oh, I gotta change my Twitch thing over.
Skinning. I was gonna pick up new skinning. I forgot it's been maxed for a while now. Oh shit, never mind.
Why is it not working? Is it because
But yeah, no, he made like 400 gold an hour.
Yo, code's here? Oh my god.
yo,
Perfect, perfect, perfect.
can it work? Can you work?
What are you up to? Where's Liam?
Usually it's
No
Usually
Liam.
it's because
Top's here. Oh, he's in Silver
code.
Rock.
Streamlabs is taking it first, and it's on exclusive mode.
But yeah, if I have skinning, maybe I can go. You don't need 350 to skin Devil Star, do you? They're too low.
Again, I really have no idea. I have no idea.
Skinning trainer.
My experience was AFKing an Uncle for 2 hours.
A fucking beautiful headband, bro.
Alright, so now I gotta fix the... Yo, Code, do you have your webcam going again?
Trying to get it going.
I think I have to go to like Undercity or something
Either way, I'm
dumb.
gonna fix the overlay. So we'll have you on voice at least, but now I gotta fix the whole fucking overlay again.
I'm at work, my dude, and working late this morning.
What if? That's a big if.
Skinning level 150.
Guys, I might have to go without the webcam.
What the fuck?
I know you can get to it, bro.
Expert. I need
I'm
expert.
gonna fix this shit.
So if you
Where do you get expert?
click on your speakers or whatever, actually right click, and then you can go open sound settings.
Sorry, guys.
Oh, yo, he's got it. It's working.
There he is. Home.
I'm gonna put my balls on
Bless.
stream live right now.
Perfect.
Fortunately, he's not actually putting his balls. What the fuck?
He's actually pulling his balls out right now.
Oh my god, I gotta delete all these again. Fuck. I gotta remove them now. I gotta add new display captures. That fucking sucks, man.
Oh, those are your stress balls? Are those your Zen balls?
Yeah. They're my marble balls. Oh shit.
Oh, I think the skinny's over here. Or up here. I don't remember. I gotta set this whole scuffed SUI up again. Fuck. Meat? Meat's gotta be the new skinning trainer, yeah. Fishing.
Actually, you know what I'm gonna do?
What the fuck, are you serious?
I'm gonna send everyone to Pat's. That's what I'm gonna fucking do. Alright, bros. I'm gonna see you in the fucking in Pat's channel, and
Oh, I knew it.
we're gonna
Fuck.
talk. I'll talk to you through there.
Alright.
Let's do this shit, and then I'll come back here, and we'll continue watching me get camped.
Great.
The way you make that is you run a racketeering business, and you corner the market on double star leather, so that nobody else can get it except for you. That's how you get. That's how you make 400 gold an hour. It doesn't bother me. I don't go through those zones anywhere. I don't skin Devil Star. I mean, it'd be nice to join it though, as a skinner myself.
Oh shit, dude.
Get that easy money, you know.
Discord for just, like the next. I'll unmute and let you guys know what's swapping over the scene.
What is this? What is that? What is that? Why is it so loud? I have no idea what's causing this fucking music. I turned them all off. What the fuck is this?
Man, that was too dope.
What is that emote? How do I get that emote?
I have
faces. Hangabor. What?
It's the GG one.
It's your fucking stream. Oh my fucking god. Just kill my ears. Alright, I got it. And it'll fucking kill the stream too. Because it was copyrighted music. Fuck, that was loud. I'll go back. Sorry about that. Mutant chest, Cape of the Brotherhood, Legs of the Fang, both rings, and a weapon. Almost full blues. I don't have a neck yet either, though. I thought I had to go to some like specific trainer, but apparently not.
Not this.
I was gonna put some music on. I think I'm trying to find some like neutral music that won't fucking get me banned, you know? That might do it. For now, and then when the stream starts, we'll turn it off. Okay, what's it doing? Oh shit. That's better. What if I should stop the stream and start it up again? Then you guys will have to get the new window. I'm surprised you can't see the mic on my other webcam too. Yeah, dude, the gear's sick. Still no neck slot. Fuck, are you serious? So what, I just need my skinning at 300, right, Pat?
Oh, dude, trust me, I am not the authority on that one. I'm nowhere near. I actually fucking got, like, basically benched because I don't have skinning.
Ah, you still got... Oh, no, you didn't get any gold out of it. You just went. I'll keep my skinning for a bit.
Hey, hush hush on that shit though, my guy. I didn't know you were streaming. I wouldn't have even opened my mouth.
Nobody's watching.
Okay. What do you mean nobody's watching?
Delete the VOD, Canvas. Delete the VOD.
I'll restart it.
So Is anything we're saying right now live?
Yeah, I don't know how to mute group chat. So they can hear you guys, but they can't hear me right now.
Okay.
How many days a week do you think you'll be on this warrior? I don't know. It's a good question, man. Hopefully 4, 5, 6 days. So what I'll probably end up doing is I'll probably end up having to restart the stream. I'll be honest with you guys right now. I'll just start it and stop it, and then it'll start a new one. Oh, I don't know if that works actually.
Called ghosting.
I don't know what it's called.
Hell.
All I know is that I figured it out when I was smoking cigarettes back in high school.
Fuck's sakes. What's up, Vespasian Gaming? Just use the music. No, it's just. I mean, like, I don't have enough people watching that would be like, whatever mafia, you know. I don't think anybody would care.
I'm trying to find my shades right now. There we go.
Shut up, Oliver Twist. Bastard.
Cooled out, boy.
Thank you some dope, buddy.
ASMR tug.
Come on, Code.
This is a pain in the ass having to set this up every time. I'll be real with you guys right now. I tried to just save the setup, but it didn't save from last time.
Alright, we want to swap. We can do another song. Hang on. You want to put another banger on, dude? You want a real banger?
Those bangers are fucking dope.
Let's swap the cams over. Who we got? Cam Bizzle, you here?
What's up, motherfucker? I still gotta set this shit up again. Fuck. I thought I had it all set up and I was just gonna leave it just right.
I just swapped. We're swapped. We're fucking live, boys. Let me tell you. Good fucking lord. Good golly, oh molly, dude.
Oh. My cam is
Me and
dead.
Code look scuffed, bro.
My cam is dead.
Your webcam is now dead? Is that what you're saying?
That's what it looks like on stream.
You're gonna be a.
It looks like all of us are stills, except you.
Why is that the case?
Not sure.
Do I have to keep this up? Is it still? No, we're good now. We're good. Not scuffed, by the way. Fucking not scuffed.
Me and Code look like we're through fisheye lenses and shit. Here, Cambies too.
Fuck's sakes.
I think we're good. Cannabis is staring at the goddamn ground. I don't know what the fuck's going on over there.
Setting up the fucking thing or whatever again.
He's setting up his penis pump. He just got it in the mail. Express ship.
It's called the Blue Yeti, not a penis pump.
Blue Yeti. Blue Yeti penis pump. Special edition. Glow in the dark. LEDs. Vibrating headphones.
I can't promise this one will be as quality as the other one, but
water cooler and vibrating headphones guy.
God, what the fuck are you talking about, man?
Some dude popped into my stream the other night and he's like, yeah, I sell water coolers, custom water coolers, and vibrating headphones, Sennheiser. I'm like, all right. He's like, yeah, I'm looking for people to give my stuff away to. You probably know him. It's Elo Jim or whatever. I'm sure he's a master troll. You ran into him, right?
Wait, I know Elohim or Elo
Yeah,
Jim.
I call him Elo Jim.
I call him Jim.
Okay.
Yeah, he's pretty good, man.
So he was like trying to tell me that he sells
New gaming PC, nice, very nice.
Vibrating headphones, and he's like, I got my little factory and shit. So I'm like, it's not Sennheiser. He's like, yeah. I'm like, but what happens? You just like, is it like a assembled like?
You think there's any? Do you think there's any battlegrounds, dude?
Like
I can try. I'll queue up.
He's like,
I want to level with you, man.
I'll queue up for sure, my dude.
Deep enough into the nebula where I actually don't understand what the Christ you're saying right now.
really?
Are you talking about Sennheiser headphones right now?
The dude. Okay, see, you're as confused as I was when he told me.
Am I the only one who's lost here, man?
This individual is a master troll. I think he was lost within his troll as well. But anyways, water coolers and vibrating headphones.
I thought you were talking about vibrators.
How much money do I got? 30 gold, not bad. Yeah, dude, if you want to level a shaman.
Vibrators and water dildos.
Water dildos, dude.
Please, let's make that a thing.
Yeah, that's Nyte Classic Boyz merch, official merch. Good.
Water dildos and what else?
Or I can go do SFK.
LNCB/water-dildos. You'll be able to order your official
War song? It's like instant queue.
Water
Oh, it's base and weekend.
Yeah, your official water dildo.
No. It's base and weekend.
All I want is, you know, like the fucking picture.
Let's try it.
When you end the stream, like the black dude, like pointing, like of him.
Oh, this isn't gonna be good.
The dildo head has to be his head.
Hold on, pause. So apparently people cannot hear you guys on the. Am I being trolled? F. Okay, wait.
All I hear is music.
A little over. It's a little over level.
Can't hear the others. Is that just me? No troll, not trolling. Can't hear them. Oh shit. Okay, hang on 1 second. This is actually more scuffed than I thought.
I still have the quest. Shadowfang keep Deathstalkers and Shadowfang for the for the mantle. I didn't pick up the book either.
Talk now.
I could probably two-handed take that motherfucker now.
Yeah, they actually can hear you. They're not fucking trolling. In your heart of fire. Yeah. Alright, sorry guys, 1 second. This is more scuffed than I thought. Hang on.
How's it look? Is the setup looking good or what? Let's see what it looks like.
Oh, Christ. Why is this? Okay, wait. It might be my Discord.
Yeah, it's just on Pat's stream on Twitch.
Wait, the stream can't hear me. Oh. So while you're on this, tell me before you fix it. Yo, is it possible for you to help me with this fucking Ivar situation? I gotta give you like the whole update on this shit.
I don't even know what the fuck to believe because my computer is so fucked. Alright, hang on, I actually gotta listen back to the stream now. Still not working, yeah, that's what.
Yeah.
I'm listening, and I'm not coming through.
The only thing I can do is set up the fucking restream, but I don't know. Oh my god, no one's wearing blacksmith ability. No! This is like the worst level to PvP grind. Yeah, I hear you.
Talk again.
Yeah, I still hear you.
Oh, we're good. We got it. Yeah, I fixed it.
Okay.
Yay!
We did it! Holy fuck! Welcome to the absolutely most scuffed edition of the Late Night Classic Boyz. It's the nonsensical podcast that airs unrationably late during the evening, where we talk about things about vanilla WoW. Let me tell you, some vanilla WoW talking is gonna be had. I'm joined here. This is the scuffed edition because yours truly is fucking wasted. I'm here with my boy Petey Rossi, aka the Young Classic OG Legend, aka Young could freestyle you under the table for like 4 hours straight, as well as my boy Can Bizzle for Rizzle. That's the Can Beast, the Beast of Cans. He collects cans goods and he donates them. He recycles them, then takes the money and then donates it to a good cause. He's a good guy. You know, that's why we call him Can Beast, because he beasts on the cans. And my boy Code Delve, who likes to code. He delves into it pretty in depth. And in addition to that, he currently has leveled 4 times in the past 8 months. So we will kick this podcast off here. Thank you guys for joining us to the by far the most scuffed edition of the Late Night Classic Boyz, which is I think you guys can agree. There's no other way to do this. There's really not any other way to do this other than just to be super scuffed, man. Let's go. I'm excited. It's been a Rothy Basin weekend, and I've been playing some games, and I've lost every single one of them. It's been great.
Fuck. Nothing I can do.
I haven't gotten there yet. I queued up for 5 hours and I didn't get a BG yet, so we're gonna have to wait till late.
Doing some level 20 to 29 PvP, and it's horrendous. It's absolute dog shit. Doing Basin right now.
I'm still level like 18 on my Druid. I've been leveling on Horde, so I would be able to play anything on Alliance. I mean, I'd be able to play the Hunter that I have on Alliance 60, but
how many people are even in here?
Just rolling the Druid for now, trying to learn it.
How have you been enjoying Druid so far?
Well, you know, Druid has been a pretty interesting experience. I mean, you know, for the first like
I literally can't do anything.
Up to level 10, you're basically
that's so stupid. What am I supposed to do?
Hitting shit with your staff and stuff. It's pretty wild, but once you get bear form, you just feel so much like an awesome power infusion.
Oh, here we go.
Pretty excellent.
Now I get him.
Dude.
Excellent.
That's awesome, man. Because my boy Divine Dreaming coming in the chat saying he's leveling his Druid right now.
Well, there we go, dude.
I mean, my experience with Druid, dude, has been it's like a labor of love. Druids are. I think you can agree where it's like there's a lot of, especially when it comes to later on. I think you'll find you gotta earn every fight that you win. But man, it's so fucking much fun.
I know the back pedal's good. It's real, dude. Fuck.
Yeah, I will have to agree. Pretty versatile class. It was like having a warrior at level 10 that is really tough, and then I can hop out and I can heal. That was actually one of the more impressive things about even playing at the lower levels, is that you're able to hop out and heal. You know, in the middle of any kind of like, I mean, after a kill or whatever. Thought that was pretty interesting.
I actually play Warsaw.
Yeah. Well, actually, my first experience with Druid was the very first class I rolled in vanilla, and I rolled it up to level 3.
Look at this mana pool.
Like 7, and then I couldn't handle it anymore, and I had to re-roll Hunter. It was the weirdest experience, but that's what I ended up doing. Kind of like unexplained.
What the fuck? Sorry about hitting the mic.
But hadn't played a vanilla Druid since then. So.
Hey man, I played one on Phoenix, dude, and I think at the time I really didn't understand how Druid really worked.
Was it really loud when I hit the
I feel
mic?
like if I gave myself a better shot with it, I always like think that man, Druid could be so fucking good, but like I was too dumpster to actually play it. Back in Phoenix was pathetic. I don't know, man. Like, again, it's one of those.
Is there any point in playing any other class? Okay, I'm not queuing anymore. This is dumb. This is dumb.
That's kind of what I was trying to do this time along.
Yeah.
There's nothing. There's no point to this. This is crazy.
There really is a lot of stuff when it comes to Druid. But I think like the biggest thing that I noticed initially was just like the survivability of Druid, man. but I didn't understand what that survival, like how that survivability played a role in VGs. That's what I didn't actually like get a grasp on.
Hold on, I just want to cut it here. Sorry, guys. I'm sorry. Romanowski says Pat looks like he's part of an Irish gang straight out of Compton.
What? There's been Irish gang out of Compton. Doesn't make sense. Oh my god, I hate this fucking game. Why did
Irish gangbangers and shit.
Dude,
Well, I mean,
Lobby
I
Battlegrounds are all hunters, by the way.
All hunters, all the hunters want to get in on the PvP. Lobby Battlegrounds can be.
They just dominate. There's nothing you can do unless you're rogue, I guess.
Yeah, it's pretty hard.
Alright, so my boy Harry Blinks comes in with a question, guys, and yeah, we're just fucking off the top tonight. It says, Pat, do you think PvP queue systems should be improved for Classic? So there's a couple different parts of that question that I think that we can all kind of go into, but
Terra, yeah, no kidding.
I think the PvP queue system is fine for the most part. I think that the biggest thing about queuing as vanilla is like some of us don't understand where the pre-made line is drawn. Like if I'm duo queuing versus like I'm trio queuing or even quad queuing. Like I don't know, like and it's different on every server. It's one of the things that's different on every server. To where I don't know if I'm actually queuing with a pre-made or not. I think it's up to 4.
Nothing I can do.
Like solo queue, quote unquote. Then about 5, but I could be wrong about that because I really don't know. But I always get concerned because I want to invite as many of my friends as possible.
I know.
I think one of the things that the autofill feature for solo queue players, because more times than not I'm actually solo queuing, and I'll either solo queue into like a shitty pre-made or I'll solo queue into another pre-made on the other team. Sometimes it's a shitty pre-made and like you win the bug fight and all that. Like, but the biggest thing I think that they can improve on is like at least communicating where they like what the line is for pre-mades versus solo queue. Because I think vanilla solo queue is really fun. It's my preferable way to play, like the way I prefer to play rather. And I think that being a solo queue player is tough, especially in like what do you call it? Like the ranking scene, quote unquote. Like, because I only have like probably 8 hours to play.
Oh my god.
So I don't necessarily.
Dude, and their melee is crazy. No, the warriors are just gimp. This is like the wrong class.
But you know, I'll queue with a friend or 2 or 3, and then eventually we only start seeing pre-mates over and over and over again.
Oops.
Because then the game actually considers us as a pre-mate. So I think that just being very clear about how you know, like what's a pre-mate versus what is considered solo queue would be a big improvement.
Well, I mean, that's definitely, you know, something that's one of those parts of the, you know, the
honorable
parts of the queuing system. I think for easier parts like where, you know, where you queue up from and stuff like that, I think that's all perfectly fine.
Honorable?
If you have to queue from a battle master or whatever, that's fair to me. I kind of think.
No, you should have to run to the battleground portals like it was meant to be.
The battleground portals don't even bother me as much. I mean, like at least with Alterac Valley, like you can simultaneously queue and all this and that. There are even add-ons that people use that have been later found to be like against whatever the server's terms. But like at least with Alterac Valley, you know it's basically solo queue or solo queue. Whether it's a coordinator queue or not, they're not always effective. But my point was like I hate like having like we have a 3-stack, right? Say it's me, Canbeast, and Cuzzle, and we queue, and we're queuing for like 2 hours or so. So we play maybe like 4 games, and all 4 games we play against pre-mates because all of a sudden now the game thinks that we're a pre-mate. You know what I mean? And I don't know if it's because there's only like, I don't know, for example, a 13-stack or something like that queuing, or if it just considers any amount of grouped players like a pre-mate. And I've seen it with like 5 players, I've seen it with 3 players, I've seen it with 4 players. Usually duo queuing is pretty safe, but still. Even solo queue, you run into just so many pre-mates. And I mean like, that's part of the game, I understand, but it's so much
How did I go?
fun,
Oh
like,
my
fun
god, we
versus
don't even have
fun.
lumber mill.
Like, and I don't know, maybe it's just because there aren't enough pug players or solo queue players, but I think that having like, when it comes to Blizzard Classic, being like, okay, if you have more than 4 players, you're pre-made. That makes it a whole lot easier because then you can go 3 stack and just be considered solo queue, for example.
Well, yeah, you're right. I mean, you know, you would have to actually offer that as an option. So, you know, for them to be able to kind of do a matchmaking thing, like this is what we're talking about. It's like
Jesus.
About, like, vanilla matchmaking and VG.
Why don't I just play Hunter?
Really
I should make a 29 twink Hunter is what I should do.
It's just the, you know, the PvP queuing mechanics, and I don't know. I think Pat's onto something when he says all that, because it is definitely difficult.
Yeah, but then you got guys that can just coordinate, like how you get into Alterac Valley, right?
Wait,
How do you get into Alterac Valley with 40 people? You queue with everyone queues at the same time.
Yeah, I mean, you just count it down over a voice chat is what they do. They go 3, 2, 1, queue, and 40 people hit a button.
So it's like impossible
That's
for
what
them.
it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's just, I mean, those are AV, you know, those are AV kind of a situations.
Pat, are you interested in doing some of that shit? Pre-made AVs?
Well, I mean, it's always fun. Like, the thing is, like, I've done it before. Like, it's not like you're... Like, the thing with pre-made AVs, unless you're, like...
So close.
I don't know. Yeah. In sort of rare examples. But most of the time, you're kind of just, like, grouping people that, you know, either you know or that you talk to or that at least have decent gear, and then you just coordinate queues. I mean, it's usually done in some, like, AV Discord, and then you just, like, are on Discord, and you're like, alright, queue up now. Like, there's 39 other people in there, and you might know 10 of them, for example.
Come on, are you fucking...
And some people, like, they're 40 out of 40, like, they're...
I didn't know you could do that.
They roll deep. But most of the time, from my experience anyway, it's just been, like, maybe, like, I know half the people, when I queue AV pre-mains...
You have to fish and wait for the AVs to fill, yeah. Then queue once you get a pause. Force a new wave, that's right, yeah. Yeah, oh yeah, yeah. We were doing that on Lightbringer.
There was a group where there was like different groups in the Discord, and there was queues to get into those groups, and they were just running all day. It was just a community of people that just fucking farm AV and do pre-mades. So even if you're not on, someone else is running it. When they're not on, someone else is running it. You know what I mean?
I mean, like...
Fuck, nothing we could do. I'm not doing that again.
So lopsided.
Because I mean, we're really outnumbered right now.
Warsong will probably be the same, but...
I think, well, yeah, that's a good point, but also, like...
12-minute queue now.
The nature of Alterac Valley, it can only be solo queue. Like, you can coordinate queues to the best of your ability.
You can't coordinate queues. That's what I mean.
You can't, though.
There's even an add-on for it. I don't know if it still works.
No, the add-on is bannable, but I mean, at least on LV, yeah. But no, you can still coordinate. But what I'm saying is, like, the extra effort that it takes, and also vetting 39 other players when you're starting a pre-made, is much different than vetting 9 other players when you're starting a Force on pre-made. That's basically my point.
What do you mean vetting, bro?
Where you might have, like, Alterac Valley pre-mades, more than not, there's going to be some fill in there, and you can solo queue into that and probably still win. Again,
well, that's usually how it happens, right?
Not commonly, but I'm just saying.
Here's the deal that I don't know, maybe 1.12 is different. When I was doing it, we just have we had 2 different groups that were constantly running at all times. People were in queue, so we had like very decent people involved. Some people would get, you know, advantage, but the most important part of it was that, you know, somebody would be on comms. I'd be like, okay, rogues are gonna go and get rid of the fucking
stockade.
What do you call them? The archers on the towers. So they kill 2 of them. They start capping the fucking flag. They all disappear. That still works, right? That's still a thing?
What, in terms of AV?
Yeah, like you kill maybe 1 or 2 of the archers at the tower when you cross the bridge, and then you start capping the flag. And then once you do cap it, all the other archers in that tower disappear, right?
Yeah, the archers are a non-factor though. You don't even need to go after it.
What's that?
But the thing is, like, you need a lot of people. Well, AV is different in vanilla versus
So if you manage to like time it, everyone queues, and you manage to get a good chunk in there, what I mean is like you're telling people, okay, go get the towers. Okay, there's two people that are specifically going to do that. All right, 5 of you go get Belinda.
Are you serious?
All right, now we're
Oh
moving
my
to
God.
the southwest bunker, all that shit. Okay, we're waiting at the fucking bridge. Everyone wait. All right, we're gonna cross now. You know, that's what I mean. That gives you such a fucking advantage. It's ridiculous. That gives you chances to finish AVs like that.
It's all the way at the beginning of the fucking zone, man. Are you serious?
The thing about AV though is that like when you're queuing,
It's almost worth just dropping the quest.
Like an actual AV pre-made, the game is over in like 5 minutes. I think that the whole purpose of like AV pre-mades in general is just to expedite the process of Wolfpack Valley.
Oh, I didn't even go. Oh,
There are like people.
I hate this game, dude.
Specifically to Turtle. I mean, when it comes to AV, there's a whole lot of options. That's why.
Yeah.
Like,
what doesn't despawn? The archers?
AV probably isn't the best idea. Because there could, while there might be groups that queue just to expedite AV and get.
Oh fuck! Let me turn this music off. I forgot about this.
Prep as possible, or Stormpike rep, respectively. There will be an equal number of pre-mades that will literally stall games out for like 2 days at a time. So like the issue there is that like I think that Blizzard recognized that and they made it exclusively solo queue for that reason. But we still go around that and we still queue like simultaneously queue AVs and stuff, but it's not 100%. You also always get pugs, and those pugs can actually ruin games or stall games or help win games. And that's the thing. Is kind of what we're talking about is like solo queue versus pre-made queue, and where's the line drawn?
Oh, okay. You're saying where's the line drawn? Where in the? Are you saying in the retail? What could they do? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, like and the question actually initially was what started this whole discussion.
I didn't even know that. I didn't know that did respawn.
How can queues be improved in vanilla? And so my mind initially, like what can be brought up like the portal queuing and stuff like that versus city queuing like later on, but my mind immediately went to like pre-made versus solo queue.
Hold on.
I think.
Yeah. But the problem is though, if they do change one thing, where do they draw the line?
Fuck's
When do they
sakes,
say, okay,
man.
that's
This
enough
dumbass
change?
quest. I don't know why I accepted
When do they
this
say,
shit.
okay, we have to listen to those people, or you know what I mean?
It's a slippery slope. You're absolutely right, man.
One thing, I
Dangerous,
mean,
man.
Yeah.
one thing. Speaking of changes, is will they allow that little horde, you know, backdoor jump access to be able to just load right into the Alliance base?
Yeah, but the Alliance already
like,
have. The Alliance already have such an advantage getting into the fucking base. There's no sense in them fixing that. It might be fixed just because.
Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
It might just be fixed because it's the new engine, right? Maybe they just won't have that. It won't be there because the terrain's more smooth.
Because
Do
the
you remember
terrain
if
is
that was
going
a
to be
thing on
different. Yeah.
Enemy's? Like, I don't remember it being like that. I guess if they keep the maps the same, it might be possible. Or if they use the VMaps and the map models from, the 112 repacks and stuff like that. But I imagine they're definitely not going to do that. So.
Yeah, but what happens if you go queue up right now? You can't do that.
What? You talking about the horde backdoor where you jump up the hill?
No. Yeah, the horde backdoor from the Alliance for the Alliance keep.
Is that not on Northdale? Because I haven't actually.
No, I'm saying it's probably on Northdale, but I'm saying it's probably not on retail. And the retail servers will probably show more to how it actually is.
Yeah.
Oh fuck. Let me get another beer.
This does have something because if you think about it, they are going to change the terrain and they are going to, you know, give things different textures, and I'm pretty sure they're going to take that into account. I mean, I don't know.
It's
That's
just
something that could just happen on accident. I mean, think about it, guys. Like, there's so many things that if they just touch graphics, then even if they touch graphics, certain things in the world start to change.
It's just, yeah, the different framework. It'll be a different framework with the new textures over it.
Do jump runs? Will you be able to do, you know, all of this stuff?
Yeah.
Will it be acceptable? Can you make certain jumps through the terrain like you know? I don't know.
If they specifically fix pathing in NPCs or how NPCs wander in dungeons, then it'll completely mess up how you can do jump runs and stuff. But I mean, it should be. That stuff should all be the same, I imagine. It's just gonna be.
Yeah, I don't see like the jump run. Like if you're talking about Diamond East, like I fully expect that to be a possibility in vanilla. And even if like they do change the pathing, they're still in.
I'm gonna get a beer.
Probably utilize, but no, what my concern is like if they use the same, if they change the models and stuff, like if they change the maps, the V maps and stuff like that, like those exploit, I call it exploits, but they're really just jumps, like just like anything like Warsong Gulch. I actually expect to see it in Classic, because I mean like the maps are pretty consistent, unless there's something I'm missing. That backdoor should still be fully accessible in Classic. And I was asking Canbies if he remembered if it was possible to do that specific backdoor in reference to the Horde to the Alliance Keep in Ultrag Valley. Because I never tried it in vanilla, but I don't know if it's actually possible or not, but I don't know if it's just a private server thing. But if the maps are consistent, then I don't see any reason why it wouldn't be possible. It kind of goes back to like the tunnel jump and the fence jump in Warsong Gulch as well. Like I fully expect those to be there, unless the maps drastically change. If they change the models and textures to a point where, I mean.
Yeah, but then you're getting into, are they actually going to put bugs in on purpose?
Yeah,
I mean, jumping up
I'll
and
never do that.
jumping up the wall with a flag is like, that's completely broken, right? Like that's not intended how it's going to be. Are they just going to leave it like that though? I don't know.
They here's the thing, like they might leave a Easter egg that's not like game breaking, but this is a product they're releasing to the world. This is their reputation also on the line. Well, not on the line, but you know what I'm saying. And there's going to be a lot of fucking people that are going to be vocal about it. Like, you know, you release this fucking game, it's a Blizzard product, and it's a buggy piece of shit. You know, I'm going to go back to retail. Fuck this shit. You know, and they're all going to cry around the fucking forums. And
there's going to be lots of crying.
Those are the people that never make it to 51, that will never actually do all.
Yeah, but those people are the dumbasses that drop money in masses. So the game releases, they all fucking buy the game. Boom, that's a lot of money off the bat. $50, boom, 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 like that. Now they got the
if you kill and cap the tower or bunker, they will respawn at least before it. Oh, yeah,
some of them fucking stupid enough to leave the subscription running. A lot of people fucking do that and they stop playing.
Yeah, Jager brings up a good point in chat too. He says if not, they probably would fix it, just like they would probably fix moonwalking and wall climbing. Yeah, that's another good example.
It would be like an unintended fix.
Even if it is possible, like I imagine that they don't want players doing that. But again, I actually don't know. It's just out of ignorance of my own. I don't know if that actually is a possible like backdoor in vanilla, because I don't know. I never tried it. I didn't know about it till the private server days. But
in the same way, yeah. I mean, it's not something that I discovered until.
They could include it as an Easter egg, I guess. They could get away with that. But a lot of the other shit, it's like when you got a board of directors and everything, and they're just.
Can you pop up chat in?
Okay, so
on Twitch.
We're full aware that there's bugs in the game. We're aware that like you put them in there to replicate the original, but people are fucking complaining, and they're actually stopping their monthly fucking subscription because they're so pissed off. Well, they're probably not gonna, because it's probably gonna be connected with the retail, so they'll be like, okay, everyone's going back to retail. They're fucking complaining. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna love to see people kicking in, going, you know what, 100 gold for my level 40 mount. I mean, I think it's just fucking ridiculous. I'm just gonna boycott the fucking game until they change that, and I'm just gonna love to see everyone.
There's a lot
like,
of weird fucking
sitting
people,
there.
man.
No, I read you do, but I'm gonna love to see everyone just sitting there like, oh, what do we do? You know, like, yeah, right, dude. You know, like,
if you didn't before, you better list all your greens, because they're gonna be lapping them all up, because they're not gonna know they're not getting no gold.
I have to disagree with you there, man. I don't see this like. And the thing when it comes to these things, like, I don't see people canceling their subscriptions over this. These are things that only would bother like at least semi to hardcore players. Like the people who are going to be going on the forums and bitching and canceling their subscriptions over this kind of shit are the same people who don't make it past level 25.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be brutally honest here. I think most people agree. Like,
but they will drop money on it. So here's the thing: if they make it a subscription where it's like you can access classic and retail, then they're not gonna give a fuck, because here's the thing: all those people,
it's a spinning casino.
They're all gonna jump in. They're all gonna buy the game, $50, boom, and it doesn't matter. They still have their $15 a month at the end of the fucking day.
It's kind of where I've been like thinking, like, that's where the model for Blizzard is gone. Just get them in, take all their money up front, and then, you know, they're not necessarily all worried about the long term. how the
Yeah.
game's gonna go.
Yeah,
So
because
like,
think about how
and
much it used to be for all the boxes together
if-
before it was just one purchase.
Yeah, but if I'm not mistaken, Blizzard's been bought out by a Chinese company. Is that correct?
Activision.
Okay, so look, Chinese companies, let's face it, they're really good with fucking squeezing money out of people with fucking e-stores and all that kind of shit with their fucking MMOs. Korean MMOs as well.
Wait, didn't Blizzard get
Fucking
bought
hell.
out by Activision? Is Activision a Chinese company?
No, that's what I said. They're Activision. I don't think they are.
Really?
Yeah, no, I don't think-
I heard that.
I don't think I know Blizzard is owned by
not
Activision.
Activision, not Activision. Sorry, but I heard that Blizzard was bought out by some Chinese.
No, Activision owns Blizzard.
Yeah. I think
Oh,
Activision's
wait.
an American company.
Yep.
It's their investor.
Well, I mean, you can have investors from anywhere that would invest in your company, of
Never
course.
mind. Well, it's 336 fucking $1 million fucking company. I don't know.
Getting a word
I
from
could be wrong.
getting a word from my homeboy here, Romanowski. It's an American video game publisher, founded October 1st, 1979, just so we get our facts straight here, and was the world's first independent developer and distributor of video games for gaming consoles. Its first products were cartridges for the Atari 2600, published from July 1980 from the U.S. market in August 1981 for the international market in the United Kingdom is cited there. This is according to Wikipedia. So no, in fact, Blizzard is not owned by Chinese people. It's actually an American company that owns and acquired Blizzard.
I'm right now just reading this shit on Tencent.
No,
Okay. So they own like 12-20% of the company, whatever. That doesn't mean they own the company. So forget that.
Yeah, hang on. No. Activision acquired Blizzard,
Oh
though.
man, I am not feeling good.
Yeah, but that's way back, no? Well, not way back, but
This
that's
was,
like how many years ago?
I feel like you have to burp, but
Pretty
you
sure it was
can't burp.
Cataclysm.
Okay. How many years is that? That was 2012 Cataclysm? I don't even fucking know anymore, man.
Well, Burning Crusade was
It
07.
was actually back in 2007 that they announced that they were going to merge their assets with a few other game developer publishers, such as
Okay,
Vivendi, Blizzard, and then they came to the name Activision Blizzard. So this was actually back in 2007. This started going in motion.
Okay, right. So what I'm talking about happened in
2009, it looked
2018. Here, let me send you the article, for example.
I think what we're gonna realize is that people don't want Blizzard's classic. I feel like they're gonna get. It's gonna be like right in between. They're gonna try to get the newer players to play, but they're not gonna be interested. And the old players that love private servers aren't gonna be the same. And I think that would be my fear. That would be my fear. Yeah.
Look, I just remembered. So remember the guy? They're like, this motherfucker. You know, he was like, you think you want it, but you don't. It's not because he doesn't want to bring back Vanilla WoW. I think what he was really fucking saying.
That's J. Allen Brack.
What's that?
That was J. Allen Brack.
G what?
J. Allen Brack.
J. Allen Brack.
That guy. So what he was really fucking saying is that you're gonna have such a major fucking conflict, because if they bring this game back, you're gonna have a huge division in the middle with the fucking retail people and the old school people and the nostalgia and all that fucking shit, you know? So people are gonna complain back and forth for fucking changes. It's gonna be such a nightmare, but Blizzard's Blizzard. They're not fucking stupid. They're gonna make it work out, and they're gonna make a lot of money out of it. That's just my 2 cents.
No, it's good. They're gonna get all the money they want up front. That's what I feel like. But it's just how the game is now. They don't even care of the content in BFA. You could tell, right? Like, it's just like,
Dude,
here's BFA. 6
Oh,
million
man,
people
that's a
bought
whole-
it.
Yeah.
6 million people bought it. They're like, perfect. Something else is coming out. Perfect. More people are buying it. You know, like, they only need you to buy it once, and then they make all their money and they meet their quotas or whatever. Who knows, right?
Give me I'm just gonna what do you call it? I gotta go take a piss real quick, so I'll just have my.
Yeah,
You guys
me too.
continue, but I'm
I
going
need
to take
to
a
as well, man.
So I don't know. I'm just kind of thinking the map is just gonna be, the game is gonna be different, but it's gonna look like classic, which is exactly what people want. The encounters are gonna be the same, but the game itself, it can't be what they have on private servers. It just won't be.
Yeah, it's not going to be exactly what we're seeing on private servers as far as the old client. It's going to be a little bit different. Yeah. I do have to agree with you, Campy. It's like there is definitely going to be, you know, significant differences in you know, what we get as a classic and what we have right now as private servers. There's going to be a definite.
It's going to be so, yeah. It's going to be a delicate balance, because people are going to expect private servers, but they're going to get essentially a newer version of classic.
They're gonna get the newer version of classic. Yeah,
but it's like it's an unintended consequences of not just releasing the private server client. You know, it's good and bad at the same time because there's going to be fixes that people don't want.
You know, the question is, what changes will they implement? You know, what do we think will be so different? Well, they have said that they're going to use different graphics and different textures than what we see on private servers. So we are going to see, you know, the newer textures, newer systems at play here. It's going to be pretty interesting. I think it's going to definitely be pretty interesting.
I think the textures will try to keep them all the old way. But the framework of the game won't allow the textures to be, and the terrain to be the same as it is now. Or there's like some square edges and stuff like that. I feel like maybe they're getting rid of all of that, and it's going to be more smooth and round. So where there was like certain exploits before, I think those. I feel like those will be gone now.
Although I have to remove them. If you're presenting a product like that, like as a fucking developer, as a seller, like you're providing a product to people, you know you have to fix those fucking bugs, especially like the bugs that can be exploited, you know? It looks so bad for you. Those retail people will fucking complain until the end of the day on the fucking forums. They already do. What's that?
Oh, it's yeah, there's going to be so much bitching and whining. I mean, certainly the class imbalances is going to trigger them the most. You know, why am I playing imbalanced druid? It's like, oh, here's the druid forum from 2004. See what they had to deal with.
Here's the problem. So like now, they're gonna be like, oh, we have to change this, we have to change that. If they start changing little things, then like let's say you affect one class, believe it or not, but that affects other classes as well. So
yeah, it fucks everything up. Yeah,
those fucking classes. Hey, you have to play a whole fucking other game here now, and it's, you know what? At the end of the day, you don't even have the same fucking game anymore. We don't want that. It's gonna be a watered down fucking piece of shit if they do that. So if they change one thing, where are they gonna stop? They can't. Especially if they listen to one group of people, they're gonna be like, look, that's like 70% of our clientele. We cannot ignore them.
Yeah. Because the people that want classic to be the same with no changes, it's going to be heavily outweighed by the people that are just buying it.
We're very small population, you know? We're minority.
I mean, I would say that with our class discussion episode that was, you know, that was episode 2, we had a huge thing about class discussion. And if you touch any of that stuff, I really feel like that would be, you know, kind of detriment.
Oh, it scuffs the whole reason to play the game. You know, like what's his name just said? Classic wasn't made for, you know, wasn't made for the masses. It was.
Like, what we're getting at here is just like how.
What's up,
like,
Legionnaire? Sorry, dude.
I think that
we'd love to have
thing.
classic with the current graphics, or maybe the
guys looking
graphics.
at it as how. I say you guys.
I think
like,
the graphics will be the same.
Is going to look at it as like, how is the general
it.
public going to be receptive to a hardcore MMO in 2018 when there hasn't been a hardcore MMO made in a very long time?
WoW was even softcore, like really softcore, for what was out even at that time, right?
Like,
yeah, if you're stacking up against EverQuest,
yeah, it was the perfect balance of an easy game that people could play. They were like, oh my god, I don't lose all my gear and my character doesn't die, right? Like, this is awesome.
Yeah.
And it got all the FPS players. I remember, man. We called it the plague, bro. We lost so many fucking FPS players. And I was just like, fuck it, man. I'm gonna try it.
Yeah, definitely would have been playing Counter-Strike at the time, or Battlefield 2 probably, and yeah.
DOD?
Battlefield, yeah, that was definitely something. Battlefield.
Dave Defeat, yeah, that was good.
Yeah, boy. Not Source, Dave Defeat. 1, normal, original.
I was even messing around with The Matrix Online, which was a different MMO.
Oh, yeah.
Like yeah.
That had a bitter end, man. Go, please do continue.
No, I really enjoyed MXO, but then I moved over to World of Warcraft, you know, after
Fucking hunters.
MXO kind of, you know, died down a little bit more, but it was definitely some very good games back then.
Yeah, man, it's too bad the way they shut it down. Because it did have potential.
The shutdown of the game was pretty rugged, and they haven't been able to emulate it properly, so there's been problems with that.
Oh, they're trying to bring it back?
Yeah. Few sites have some extremely limited stuff going on, but yeah.
Yeah, again, Ormar makes a good point saying there's just too many MMOs these days.
This is those days.
There's 20 Korean MMOs out there. There's 20 Chinese MMOs out there. There's 20 Western MMOs out there.
Well, yeah, even today, but back then, I mean, like, honestly, like, if you compare WoW to, like, EverQuest, like, WoW is softcore.
Yep.
It's like softcore porn. It's like watching, what do you call it? Like, Cinemax.
Cinemax.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, you know, when you turn on that late...
Cinemax of MMOs.
When you turn on that channel late at night, man, and you only see from a certain part of the waist up, you know, they're like, it looks like they're moving furniture.
They're not gonna give you the whole thing.
You're getting shafted. You only get a small portion of it. That shit's terrible, man. Getting people all excited for nothing. Who would jerk off to that?
Maybe when I was 9 years old. But yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, for real.
I don't know what they were thinking when they were like, okay, let's allow that. Why don't you just go all the way, man? You know, Japanese still fucking have to blur out their dicks and shit.
They don't have to. That's like a...
Is that a thing?
Yeah, that's a thing in porn.
But it's not a law. They don't have to.
Oh, yeah?
No, yeah. It's just some companies just
choose to do it.
It was
just like how they do it, you know? Like, you will be... It's like forbidden. You know, you will be shunned. You shall not do this.
It's dishonorable.
God damn, I didn't know that. I'm learning today. I'm learning things.
Man, interesting place. India, shitting in the streets. I mean, there's all kinds of things to know about this amazing world. A little more of this.
Yeah, but you just thought that Japanese porn had to be blurred out. It doesn't have to be blurred out. It's just, I was talking to my buddies. I always thought the same thing too. And he's like, no, there's porn out here. He lives in Japan, right?
Oh, yeah?
He's like, no, there's porn out here that's not blurred. They just... Some companies just do it. I don't know if they're trying to hide shame or who knows, right? But...
Shame.
It's... Oh, my God.
Hold on.
I can
you can blame the Americans. The rule was implemented during the American occupation as a concession to sensitive army wives. Traditionally, Japanese are not prudent as the naked. What?
This is what we're diving into now? I like this.
Yeah, I guess we're going into this.
Yeah.
So, it created jobs for old ladies sitting with X-Acto knives scratching.
Yo, what do you guys think about the name Late Night Legacy versus Late Night Classic Boyz?
Ooh, yeah, that's not bad.
I'm not sure.
I kind of like Late Night Classic Boyz. We are the Late Night Classic Boyz.
I mean, the Late Night Classic Boyz.
Late Night Legacy Boyz works too. It's more of a...
Late Night
Legacy.
Well, classic's that buzzword, right?
Yeah, that's true. Late Night Classic Legacy Boyz.
Sorry.
Let's just use all the words. We need more words.
This is for you right there in the Discord. I had to bring it to a closure. I had to. Must know the truth. Well,
what is it?
Oh, the censorship stuff.
Oh, well, yeah.
Talking about Japanese porn. Okay.
Yeah, but if I click on it, it'll scuff the.
I don't mind where we're at as
layout.
long as I know
Copy-paste
where
the
we're
text.
at. You know what I mean?
There's no links in there. Copy paste text. That's it.
I'm saying if I click the link, it'll scuff the setup here.
Oh, okay. It's Japanese law. Until the mid 1990s. So okay. What are we doing? What's the first thing that we're gonna
posted,
do?
Man.
Whew.
Fucking posted right now.
What's the first thing that we're gonna
Threw up
do
in my mouth a little bit.
when we
That
get
was good.
WoW? Obviously, we're gonna level up. But then what? We go straight
First
PvP.
thing,
We
last
go
thing comes
raiding.
We pool gold quickly from all characters, 10 silver at a time, until we get enough for a guild.
True.
And we create whatever kind of guild. And then we start pumping somebody their profession stuff based on, you know, the
I think-
professions that are needed.
Dude, I think I'm just gonna like hit 60 and start running instances, man. That's my goal.
Well, I mean, dude,
That's
there's
like
money.
Just gonna run instances and get gear. Yeah, that's probably my plan.
You gotta think Dire Maul won't be out. Dire Maul wasn't out at the beginning of this one, right?
Oh, yeah, you got lobers, uppers, fucking BRM.
Start farming
Strat,
that.
Are
Uh,
they even gonna do a progression? Is the question.
Well, the
don't
5-mans
know.
are gonna be a bitch. Like they'll probably be like Zerg runs for sure. I think on
Are they
Blizzard
just
Cloud,
gonna?
it'll be Zerg runs for sure.
How are they gonna reproduce what Northdale just did and be fine with that? I don't know.
But are they just gonna
Will they?
release? Are they just gonna release like a patch? That's it. Boom, like that. and
Dude,
that's
I want to see
all?
warriors tanking with two-handers. I want to see like all the scuffed shit, man. I just want to see all the scuffed vanilla shit. Like there's gonna be Zerg runs. There's no doubt. There's no
I heard
doubt.
that. I heard all the races are gonna be gender neutral.
Maybe so. Maybe so. You know. I'm of the opinion of no changes myself, but
I mean, I'm not opposed to being a Tauren with a dick and titties. You know, sounds pretty appealing.
I'm not familiar with the dick and titties model for Taurens.
Yeah, it's under development right now.
They're really under development. Oh, you're gonna have to show me that. I haven't seen it.
Yeah, the Korean wing of Blizzard is actually working on it right now.
Scuffed.
I wonder if they're gonna do shit like, you know, the animations for when you're drinking and eating. Like there's actually gonna be like the drink that's actually the icon. Because there's nothing. You're holding nothing when you're drinking.
No, you have like a little cup or whatever. You drinking this?
Yeah,
game.
it's a little. Yeah, I was gonna say
Yeah.
there's something there.
Oh, well, maybe my orc's hands are too fucking big and it just disappears in his hands. But yeah, maybe they're gonna do customized models. I don't fucking know. That'd be funny as hell.
Well, say when you take a pot, you have a little vial in your hand.
Well,
Let
as
people
long
know.
as it's like in the interface that you can toggle it off if you don't want it.
Okay, that sounds cool.
What if they have like the goofy running animations from the new game? That would be awful. That would completely
God,
ruin
dude, I would actually not play.
it. That
Fucking
the
swear to
orc
God, I would not
fucking
play.
like, oh, it's brutal.
Stupid fucking cringy orc run.
I don't play as a warrior. I play as a shaman.
Doesn't matter. It's all orcs. Male orcs look dumb in retail. They run like fucking like all the movements are like so
Why did
exaggerated.
they change it? It's so much worse. Who the fuck over there at Blizzard said that, oh, this looks better? Good change.
One thing though, okay? Here's something, okay? To consider before you know, you start power leveling, let's say, because when it comes out, do understand this. There's no level 60s. The servers are booming with people. This is the time to experience top tier world PvP. There's no other time. Never again will you get to experience that unless they do like fucking ladder seasons and shit.
No, there won't be the honor system when it comes out. If it's anything like
I
it
gonna
was,
say,
it
it's
just
gonna
won't be
be
honor
like
system.
World
Honor
PvP will just
system.
be for World PvP.
Yeah, world PvP. I mean.
Wow, I mean,
So what I'm saying is
you
there's no
guys are
level
expecting it
60s.
to be, yeah, like
There's no level
1.1
60s.
patch.
You could group with people and fight other people. You get what I'm saying? So you could legitimately
That's pretty
have, like,
standard. Yeah.
you could legitimately have like large group fights without having to worry about fucking a level 60 coming in. Like real world fucking PvP. That's what I mean. Not
Oh
for
yeah,
the
that's
honor,
true.
for the
But
fucking
like
fun,
honestly,
man.
like there's always gonna be like Dude, people hit 35 and then they just stay in STV and farm everybody until they can't get past level 30. Like if you flash shoot yourself and you see you're at 35 and everybody else is at 29, you're gonna go gank the fuck out of those people for like the next, I don't know, however long it takes for them to stop playing. And you just keep leveling.
Yeah, I just keep leveling, man. But I think there will be awesome world PvP. Good experiences to be had.
Underleveled world PvP is actually fucking fun as shit, though. I'm gonna go and agree with you on that one.
Excellent.
Yeah, when there's no.
It was some of my favorite stuff, man.
When there's no 60s, you know, and it's just the low boys. It's all out war, man.
It is, dude.
How Stone.
You don't call your boys.
You're fighting over quest mobs and shit, like.
Yeah, Stone Talon, Duskwood, shit like that, all out.
Yeah. Like, how often right now in Northdale do you see where it's like, you know, you're with a dude and you're getting fucked around with other people and you call some help that people are questing around, now you're fighting all those guys without a fucking 60 coming in and killing everyone?
I honestly think, like, world PvP starts in, at least from Horde perspective, from, like, Horde POV, world PvP starts in Hillsbrad.
Yeah, that's the
yeah,
fortunate level gap there.
To me, my introduction was always Ashenvale. What's that?
Oh, there's just a huge level gap because the Alliance don't go there till 30 something and the Horde go there at 21, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe a little bit later though. No, a little bit later than 21. Like mid 20s. There's some level discrepancy. I don't think it's that big. I could be mistaken though.
No, Horde go there at 20 something, and the Alliance have no reason to go there until they can do like the Yeti quests or whatever, which is like 30 something. So. And even later, or when they're doing Scarlet Monastery, they need to go there to get the flight path, right? That's the only time you see the Alliance ever going there. They don't really do the Yeti Fur, which is like a cloak quest or some shit.
I think Terran Mill's gonna have some crazy world PvP.
Well, that's where it was, yeah. There's even a battleground. There's a battleground in the retail version now called.
Now the question is, what's that?
I was just gonna say the simple reason of, do you guys really think it's gonna be patch 1.0 whatever, start from where we started from on, you know, these private servers? Like, I just, for some reason, I just think that there's gonna be something having to do with starting out in like a 1.12.1 patch environment, you know, and they're gonna have a lot of that stuff available as far as gear and as far as other things. Because why would they go out of their way to say, yeah, we're doing patch 1.12.1 stuff?
I think didn't they kind of already sort of confirm 112?
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Yeah.
No, they definitely confirmed that.
Drums of War patch. I wonder what that means. I wonder if that means if they're going to guide it along, or
they're still going to have to do progressive. They have to.
Throw us.
If Nax is out at the beginning, the game's over.
Yeah.
If they do
I honestly expect it to be just like any other fucking progression server that I've played on, where they're just gonna do it like everybody else does it.
So they'll do a ladder system. For sure, there's no other way. Like, it's got to keep going, or else it's gonna stagnate, and people are gonna be like, "Fuck this shit, it's boring," you know?
Well, no, they're gonna follow the private server model of just releasing fresh servers. I think that's
what happens when you hit the end of that progression?
So like, just like Lightbringer, when Nax was out and people like Kel'Thuzad died, like Northdale came out. It's a fresh start. I think that's what Blizzard's gonna do.
Yeah, I think Code is onto it. I think Code is onto
Oh my god, I'm so sorry.
Thing.
I keep saying ladder system. Sorry, I meant seasons. You know, on Diablo 2. They'll take all the servers, they'll merge them on the fucking off-season server, and then there's the new season. Sorry, it's me. I said ladder.
And what's the season last the whole year though, with all from?
That's the question.
MC to Nax.
Because they got to keep it fresh.
No, I don't think it'll be like they speed this shit up on ND and shit. But I don't think it'll be a year. I think it'll be probably like 2 or 3 years, maybe 2.5 years, something like that. But yeah, I can't imagine them unless they plan on releasing TBC Legacy, which I'd be fucking down for. But it was like pulling teeth just to get him to do vanilla, and then, you know what I mean? Like, if we turn around and say, oh, now we want BC, well, then developers are going to turn around and say, well, now they're going to want Wrath next.
I think it's actually inevitable. they're probably planning
elaborate. Yeah, elaborate. I mean, I see them
When did I
going
get a
and
rank?
just doing the same thing
I
that
thought I had
all the
enough
classic
kills.
servers do, which is just release new servers when everything's cleared. But if
Yeah.
they want to go to TBC, I'm fucking down. Even Wrath, I'm down.
Like, here's the thing,
it was such a fucking battle getting them to do classic that I can't imagine them actually investing the effort into TBC or Wrath for that matter.
they could be
TBC's
doing
already out
something-
though. All of the TBC content is still there. There's
They
nothing
could-
new they have to add.
Yeah, what they could be doing simply is like, let's say like, I don't know, TBC, they'll put like 2 servers for people to fucking enjoy. Let's say at Wrath of the Lich King, there'll be like 1 or 2 servers, you know, maybe they'll have a server of each just fucking running, you know? And then the ones who are in high demand, they'll have the service to fucking supply that. That's a possibility, I don't know.
Yeah, but even then, like, even though the overwhelming consensus of the community is that like we should stop at Wrath.
Yeah, right, Mighty Raptor. That's right.
They won't stop there. If they can make money off it, they won't stop there. They know that there's an interest in previous content. They know there's tons of private servers. They know Warmain is making tons of fucking money off that shit. They want in. They want their hands in the pie, man.
Warmain's making a drop in a bucket compared to what fucking Blizzard makes, my guy.
Absolutely, but Blizzard, their capabilities, without even fucking, you know, having to sell levels and all that kind of shit, with their marketing and all that, can easily fucking 10, 100-fold make more than those people. Warmain's just scuffed, man. And it's illegal, so, you know, you're very limited in what you can do.
Yeah, Warmain's incredibly unethical. I think we can all agree on that one.
Absolutely. I'm saying if Blizzard had it in their hands, they would make a lot more money off of it.
Again, I think that there's a part of Blizzard that actually cares about the game. Like, I don't know if like what they're doing for Classic is necessarily all involved, like surrounded by money. I'm not convinced of that. But I mean, like, I understand that they're gonna make money off Classic. I'm not denying that. But I'm saying, like, I don't think that money is their primary motivation in the legacy sort of servers that they're releasing.
They've been
Just-
getting hassled for a long
I don't know though, and I know you guys might disagree with me on this one, but
Well, I mean, let's think about how many people signed the vanilla overall. Wasn't it like 320,000 people or something that signed the petition? I mean, that kind of puts it at a high
I think
number.
there's even more, because when they're in the thinking tanks, they're like, okay, how much do we have to spend to make this a reality? How much do you think we can estimate on making on this? And how much in total? And then how much deducted with everything do we have net gain and yen?
yeah.
So they're gonna decide from there.
It's kind of a hard thing to talk about because we're not, you know what I mean? We're not Blizzard, you know
We're
what
not
I mean?
Blizzard. We're speculating. That's all we're doing.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
It's all speculatory. I would say that like I consider Wrath to be legacy content. Anything Wrath and before it was legacy content.
Oh, for sure.
I think that
Your mic cut out. Your mic cut out, my bro.
me? No.
Yeah.
Yeah,
In
dude.
Discord?
Oh, yeah, for us.
You did it again.
I don't understand because my
There
mic
you go.
is fine on what do you call it?
Your push to
Did you
talk, you
guys,
let go of the push to talk or something.
I have push to talk on Discord. Yeah, are you guys good?
That's what it was.
Oh, okay. All right. But yeah, I think that as far as legacy goes, like, I think that Blizzard really cares about it. Like, in terms, like, I'm saying Blizzard, I'm excluding, like, Activision from this. I'm just saying that the remaining Blizzard and also the legacy movement have very, like, really adamantly pushed for this. We're finally seeing classic servers.
Am I
Like I
named
said, I
after
would not
It's
be
Always
opposed
Sunny?
to TBC
Panzer?
or even Wrath
No.
servers. But I think that to just believe that there's only going to be a handful of servers and they're going to progress to Wrath and that's it is it's just not the way I see it playing out. I think that the best way for Blizzard to do this is they continue doing classic servers. It's not really that big of a deal for them once everything is established to just make fresh classic servers. And then when it comes to TBC, then from there they can say, okay, so you've been playing on Classic. You like if you're an eligible Classic player,
Panzer after Panzer tank.
regardless of what level you are, and they release a TBC server, like let's say after KT dies or a couple months after KT dies on whatever server, or
Get
just
it? Panzer,
you know, whatever.
Panzer tank. Oh my
then
god,
they can transfer
this
their Classic
game.
characters to TBC, but they don't have
Alliance
to,
wins.
because there might be another fresh Classic server that comes out. I mean, if they want sustainability and they want what you say is true and that they're really actively you know, trying to make a profit off it, which I don't think is true. I think they actually care about the legacy movement now.
But even if you do care in a business aspect, those are the things you have to go through.
Right,
so
it would make more sense. It would make more, and again, it would make more sense for them to just re-release new, fresh Classic servers like the private servers do. You know what I mean? Like, Elysium went to Lightsoap, then Lightsoap went to like K2. K2 came out, Lightsoap took a hit.
Like a season system.
You know, and then Northdale came out. K2. I'm sorry, K3 took a hit, and then everybody went from K3 to Northdale, and then from there, and again, it's just all the fresh hype. Like everybody wants, like this is the game we like to play. We want to play it over and over and over again. I draw this comparison all the time when I'm streaming, and I say like it's like people who speedrun Ocarina of Time. It's not like they want an expansion for Ocarina of Time. They just want to be able to play and stream and be able to play the game that they love and play it over and over and over again.
Not just that,
that's what the private server. That's what the private server scene does. Is like once a server is done progressing, they release a new one. Just like everybody who once they've got a new best time on Ocarina of Time when they play Zelda, they start the game over again. It's not like they want anything new. It's not like they actually are actively seeking new content. It's not like that I want to go play TBC after I kill fucking Kel'Thuzad again. It's just that I want to play Classic again. And I hope that Blizzard realizes that. And I hope that there are servers, even though the Blizzard will probably take the route of saying, okay, here's the new TBC server, and I'll play on it, and I'll transfer my first Classic character to it, but I'm going to want to play Classic again. I want to play Classic TBC and Wrath. I want to play Classic TBC, Wrath, and Mist. You know what I mean? Like, I want all these versions of the game to be accessible to me. But if I had to choose one, I would choose Classic.
Absolutely.
So, I absolutely hope that Blizzard has the presence of mind, no pun intended, to see that there's replayable value in the original game that's unrivaled, and that I think that the majority of the player base would prefer to not just sit there in full T3 and stomp BGs all day. I'm sure a lot of players would find it refreshing to have a new server to play on, where everybody starts leveling. Maybe they give a release date like the private servers do, or maybe they just have a new fresh server come up randomly, and then people go and play on it. You know what I mean?
I predict it'll be right after Blackwing Lair every time before AQ.
Yeah, if
nobody can do AQ. Everybody loves Blackwing Lair.
Yeah, man. I mean, like, I'm not gonna go into it, but yeah, I know what you're saying, Kenvis. I really do, and I think a lot of people agree, man. I think a lot of people agree that there's so much replay value in Classic that it would be absolutely short-sighted for them to not have at least sort of an idea or a plan as to what the future is when it comes to Classic. Like, there's no way they're just gonna release World of Warcraft Classic, and then now, like, you play it for maybe a year or two.
You cut out again, bro.
And then Kel'Thuzad is dead, for example, and now everybody's in tier 3 and shit, and then everybody just, you know, I mean, what's next? You know, either TBC or just a new fresh. Yeah.
That should be the restart. Nax is out, but even then, like, what? People probably love fresh servers.
They're not going to delete every, you know, they're definitely not going to delete that set of servers, though.
No, I would just appreciate the option to transfer, like, either if you're going to BC, like, transfer,
but, I mean, that's going to be pretty, I think, a pretty hefty request for, like, the first maybe 1 or 2 years of Classic, like you're saying. I think it's going to take maybe at least 1 or 2 years for them to kind of, like, figure out, okay, now these guys are all done re-rolling and doing their thing on different servers. Now they kind of want the next step. Let's look at how to make TBC.
But can we get into the meat? Can we get into the meat and potatoes of this? Because I still don't have the answer to this question. I'm sure none of you guys have the answer to this question. What the fuck do they plan on? They've already announced Classic. They've promised it. what comes after Classic? I've seen a handful of YouTube videos that shed some sort of insight on it.
It's a very,
I agree with it. What the fuck are they gonna do?
very great, very
What
awesome
are they gonna do?
topic.
If it was me,
What's up, Aaron? How's it going, man?
I would have a fucking season system. Really simple. That way, what would happen is that every new season, there's a new server. And you don't need to make a new server every time, because what will happen is that you'll have the off-season server, and the characters will just be moved over to that. And then, after all that, I would probably leave one server for each expansion, just for legacy reasons, to keep everyone happy. That's me.
Yeah, and again, I think that they have a lot to learn from the private server scene in terms of like how they've dealt with that exact issue. There's been servers that come out, there are franchises that exist, and you know, like if you're talking
Servers
about
that came out for
Lightbringer
years.
to Northdale, or Elysium to Lightbringer to Lightbringer to Northdale, like they kind of hit the nail on the head. I can go log on my fucking Nax geared 2.5 Shaman right now, but nobody's playing there. But it's still there. It still exists.
You can
That
still
server
raid
is still
Nax and
there.
shit. People still love doing that.
Yeah.
They still do it to this day.
One of my, I'm chilling right now. I'm posted up on the fresh. Blizzard needs to understand the concept of fresh. Blizzard needs to understand that burning Crusade into Wrath is not the answer. While it's, I would love Blizzard burning Crusade servers and even Blizzard Wrath servers. I would love that. I think we all would. Man, holy shit, that'd be great. But I don't want to play Burning Crusade and Wrath as much as I want to play Classic. So let's get something. And I'm clamoring for BlizzCon because I really want the answers to these questions. And I'm waiting for someone in that line of people to ask these questions because, man, these are the questions we actually need fucking answers to.
No, like, but you're getting kind of greedy, right? Like we haven't even.
I'm getting greedy, but they've already fucking played their. You know what I mean?
No, but let's get this Classic first. See how it turns out.
And I'm not saying that.
And you gets the community involved.
I know I'm getting greedy, man. But I'm saying, like, even if Classic is a one and done, like Nax is out, and those are the only Classic servers, and everybody's running around fucking each other.
24, my dude.
Like, even if that's the case, I would still play it. But I don't think that Blizzard would limit it to that. Like I said, either they would continue with the expansions, release fresh legacy servers would be the best option. Offer something to reset.
Yeah, and a lot of people say people are gonna quit. What do you think with Diablo 2? Every season we rolled a new one. You think we quit? No, it was exciting. It was fucking fun every time. You've been muted again.
Just drinking a beer.
Talking to chat, my dude.
My bad.
I don't know, you start to get into some pretty scary questions, right? Like the beauty of Lightbringer or Light's Hope fresh servers was that they had to compete against Chronos. So that, like that goes back to the randomness. I know, but it goes back to the randomness of what you were saying. So if Blizzard's like, okay, this Classic server is going to run through, and as soon as next Rammus comes out, we're going to start a fresh server. And people are going to like, okay, but what I didn't get to do next Rammus. Oh, we're going to wait a month. And people are like, what, I'm going to play a month just so I can re-roll on a fresh server right after, right? Like, what happens when you start asking those questions?
Like, that's the thing, is like, man, like, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, like, there has to be something after. Like Blizzard's gonna release Classic, and that's fucking phenomenal.
Alright, you think they're gonna release some original content for Classic?
No.
Is that what you're saying?
No.
I hope so.
No,
That's what I want.
That would be crazy.
No, I don't want any of that shit, man. I really don't. I don't want any of that shit.
Horizontal progression.
I fucking don't, man.
Because here's the thing. We're like, we're hearing like, oh, I think Blizzard cares. We need to stop projecting what we would love, because if we want answers, just look at the state of WoW. That's your answer right there. You don't need to look further than that. Do they care about Classic WoW? No, they care about profit. Do they care to an extent? Yeah, they want to make the client happy. Profits. That's my point.
I think that it's just I think it's literally as simple as just offering like an accessible option when you're choosing what server to play on, you can see where the progression is at, and then you can just select the server based on the progression that it's at. And like every server is going to go through the same sort of cycle, but I don't want to be locked into a server where after like 2 years everybody's in tier 3, including myself, and BGs are a clusterfuck. World PvP is non-existent. World Dragons don't even fucking matter. And then there's nothing else. Like, unless there's like, alright, so then again, we talked about Burning Crusade, right? So they released Burning Crusade Legacy. We transfer our vanilla characters to Burning Crusade. But then are we fucked again when we want to go play Classic? Because we transfer our characters to Burning Crusade, there has to be fresh on Blizzard's end. They have to realize the value of it.
Transfer your character over. Maybe you can keep your character, like, to me, all that makes sense is the season stuff, because then they have to have the non-season server where you can keep your fucking character. They put it in that fucking non-season server. The new season starts, and then they can open up the fucking TBC. You know what I mean? Or you just start over, brand new.
Yeah, again, yeah, I think that's the best option. Like, as long as there's an option to stay in terms of like Classic, like as long as there is a reset for Classic and then an option to progress, either whether it be TBC or whatever else, you know, beyond TBC Wrath, I think that would be the best option. But again, and Chat and Canvas both brought up the point that that's a fucking tall order, man. Such a tall order. And these are the questions that we actually need answers to. We really do. Because here I am, I paid $50 for the BlizzCon virtual ticket, which again, I paid it for the virtual ticket, but if I'm being candid, I paid it for the fucking Classic demo. You know what I mean? And so there's already just an investment alone right there. And you know, we talked a little bit about like whether they would add a subscription and all this and that. Like, people are paying money for this. You know what I mean? Like, I still have a retail subscription, even though I don't even fucking play retail. You know what I mean? So, I want to make sure that, at least in the long run, that it's gonna be something that I'm gonna be able to play and continue to play. And that's what concerns me. It's like there's just so many unanswered questions, and the short-sightedness of the whole situation, and the fact that it was such a fucking grind just to even get them to bring up the topic, let alone for them to announce Classic servers. You know what I mean? Like, this is where I'm at. These are my frustrations as someone who's been in the scene for a decade now. Like, these are my frustrations. This is what bothers me. And I would love to know the answers to these questions, but I just simply don't. Like, and nobody does. But these are logical questions to be asking. Like, what happens after the first Classic server has reached a point where it's redundant? Because Classic does reach a point where it's fucking redundant. Anybody who's played on patch 112 up to patch 112 knows how fucking busted everything gets, and it's not even fun. And I think that if their interest is in maintaining subscribers, they need to be cycling that shit. So either you have a fresh Classic or you have the option to go to Burning Crusade, whatever it is. But I don't think that adding custom content, kind of like a la what RuneScape Classic did, where it was community voted content, like that doesn't translate to World of Warcraft. I don't think
it would be awesome, but I don't think it will happen.
No, it doesn't translate. It just simply doesn't. It doesn't. It really doesn't. That's the biggest problem.
It can't, like, if you think of like business-wise, like the resources that they have to expend.
Oh my god.
To get that happening,
oh, yeah,
like,
go back this way.
Graphics people, programmers, all that kind of shit, you know? They gotta think, okay, once again.
I don't know if you heard me, but I'm 24, my dude.
You know, are we gonna lose money out of this? They're losing big time money on this shit, you know? Unless like there's a huge outcry in the fucking community and vanilla blows the fuck up. Which I don't think is gonna be that fucking huge. I think it'll be like super hype at first, but it'll start chilling out.
Talk to me, I don't even know. I'm just running around.
And that's just part of it, man. That's inevitable.
Leveling alchemy or leveling herbalism.
It doesn't have to be, man. I think that.
Yeah.
I was trying to do quests, but I found it was hard to focus with what they're saying. So as long as I'm like
even a Diablo system, like you're
kind of just turning my brain off and trying to
listen. Like none of this translates to Warcraft.
But as
Yeah,
far as what's
it's
going
kinda
on with these
true. It's
guys,
kinda like
this
you
is
can't just throw the
we have like this
Diablo-style
little.
seasons
It's like a
and-
podcast of
and
all.
pray that
there's
that
a
they
good
do
mix
something wiggity
of
with the servers, like throw all
private
old
server guys, and then
characters
a
onto-
few of us.
I mean, guys, think about how many servers this is.
I've
gonna
played a
take.
lot on.
Think about how many
Or played in
servers it's
Classic
going
as
to
well.
take to have
Like me and Petey played in
8
Classic a
to
lot
16
extensively.
servers out on
Pat played a little bit, but
Classic,
certainly hits a lot of private servers.
and then have those run for 2 years, and then what are you going to do? Okay,
well,
guys.
Depends till what level.
It's either jump to TBC or we're going to start a whole nother.
If you're
8
30,
to 16
probably not.
servers.
But what do you mean
We're
on
gonna
the
keep
servers?
the old ones running, but we're going to keep.
You
the
don't
old
need to have
ones
new
running.
ones. You could run everything on one server. Like one
Everything
server
on
doesn't
one
mean
server.
like okay, it's not like you have like a game one server. The server, a lot of the shit now, it's virtualized private servers. So what happens is it's like a VPN, virtual private networks, whatever the fuck you want to call it. So it's like one section in the memory is like your server. Another section, which is isolated, is another client server.
Ooh,
Bam, 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 bam,
505.
bam, all in one server. It's all isolated. So now it comes down to performance, RAM, all that kind of fucking shit.
Wow, that's good.
I think they can very much easily fucking hold all those users, and that's very low data consumption as well.
So how do they apply that in terms of like when the time comes to make a decision in terms of a content shift when it comes to legacy?
And legacy, the servers you're talking about? Oh
Yeah, I mean,
yeah, it's super simple.
they have the capacity to just create infinite amounts of fresh classic servers, do they not?
Yeah, for sure. But
So then
then
why
it
don't they
falls
just
under
do that?
which server do we play on? Everybody's gonna be like, so there can be many servers, like different regions and stuff, but everyone's gonna, if there's different like time lapses of when it wipes or whatever the fuck, people are gonna be like spread out all over. It's gonna be a disgusting shit show, you know? And then what's gonna happen is like every time like there's a server that's like about to wipe, everyone jumps on the other server. But the thing is that WoW is such a grind. It's not like Diablo where you can just jump from server to server. Like it was never like that, but you know what I mean, you know? Like you just don't instantly level up and do fucking bail runs all fucking day all the way to max level, you know? So I don't know, man.
And fresh server after every molten core.
I guess the fact that we can't answer this question means it's an important question.
Yeah.
But how can, okay, so you think that the season system like Diablo 2 is not applicable? How can we fix this? What is it that is not applicable? And also to answer your question in the sense of like how can they do the switch, it's really simple. They can just build something really fucking easy where at the end they just automatically either copy paste or they can just switch over. It's database stuff. It's so easy to just move it over.
Yeah.
Just move it over to the off-season server.
So what would be the better option? Would it be expansive progression or would it be fresh servers?
Both.
See, that's where I'm
you
at.
can't have them without both. Because even if there's a progression, you're gonna hit that wall. It's inevitable. So you need to have that reset. So all I can think of is to avoid that problem where you're making server after server after server. Fuck having a million servers. Have one server that you throw it all into and have continuous new seasons. But
Does Diablo 2 still operate like that?
Yep. It's still going. People still playing it. I was playing it when they released the new update. But your account disappears if you don't use it after a certain amount of time.
Disappears? Like the character is completely gone?
Yep.
Wow. So it's strictly meant as like an active PvP type thing.
Not PvP.
Well,
What
yeah,
happens in Diablo 2 is people left to farm and bot and all that shit.
Yeah.
So they just do runs all day, you know, farm fucking items, and people like that, you know? But it's a very small community now.
Yeah, they do it in retail WoW all the time. Transmog items. That's all they do.
Yes, sir. Yeah. But yeah, servers, the way they operate today are completely fucking different. Like, it's insane, man.
I guess
mean,
my frustration in this is that we're forced to speculate about this.
Yep, and that's what they want because that's what they're banking on. It's making so much fucking hype.
Well, that's what the discussion's for, right? It's of course most of us are probably gonna be wrong for most of it, but it raises the question of, you know, are they gonna do this, and it keeps the hype train
But
going.
my issue is more in the fact that how are they gonna release World of Warcraft Classic and then just leave us in the lurch about all these things? Was it their intention to bait? Was it their intention to bait all this content and all this discussion? Was that really what they were going for? Do they really want that much? Like, are they really that shallow for hype?
There could be another problem.
They're playing on people, like they're playing on people's emotions with this shit.
Oh yeah, but dollars, man. They don't give a fuck about your emotions.
That's fucking dark shit, man.
That's your money, man.
That's a dark
shit,
subject.
It's not dark shit. That's how business works, man. Survival.
But it's, see, I would argue it's unethical.
Survival. They're in the big boy leagues, man. This is no longer like a group of fucking 10 people making games. This is a multi-fucking, what, we're talking $1 billion company? They're in the Asian market. They're fucking raping it there. We're now outnumbered by them. Their bigger client base is now in Asia.
Well, we know where to get our gold from.
What's that?
I said we know where we're gonna get our gold from.
Oh yeah. And trust me, they've got something planned for the Asian market with this fucking retail stuff for vanilla. Absolutely. The big boys. China #1. So delicious.
BFD.
Dude, I just don't see them. I like. Thing is, like, there's no. This is what bugs me, man. It's like there's no way they would have released. There's no way that they would have announced World of Warcraft Classic without an idea of the answer to some of these questions.
Oh, that reminds me. There could be. This is a possibility. Speculation, not. It's a possibility, guys. This is a practice in business. All the bigs have done it. Steve Jobs, Bill Gates, you know. They don't really have a product. They present to you what you want, the possibility, and a deadline. And they allow you to get your mind a little crazy while you get everything ready. And you can reposition yourself constantly while you're getting feedback from the community. You know, quick, we gotta fucking scramble and get this shit going.
Implying that they're listening to the community, yes.
To a certain degree, I don't know. In the sense, if they're listening to the community, if they're listening to the community, it's not to say like, oh, they want this change. It's to say like, okay, now's a good time to release. Or, okay, so they're speculating about this. They don't like this idea of the way we do the sales shit. Okay, so how can we get, you know, how can we fix that, you know? Maybe we can get a little more money on this fucking stuff right here, you know? Like, that may continuously change, but as a big business like that too, you gotta plan everything ahead. You don't go in there fucking blind, you know? So I don't know. But they could pull off one of those. It's a common business practice. You have nothing, but you promise something. You receive everything, but in their sense, they don't need investment.
Yeah.
What the fuck's going on? But then BlizzCon's right around the corner. I think we can.
I guess yeah. We have to really keep an ear at BlizzCon.
Yeah.
2 weeks.
I mean, if they do it right, hopefully they do announce. If they don't, like, this is the most retarded thing. They're not taking this seriously.
Yeah.
But
it's gonna start to get a little bit scary when the demo is out, and people are playing it and learning certain things about what's gonna happen, and then if they drought us, even after we get, you know, BlizzCon to show us the demo, if they drought us with information even after the demo, then we know that they're trying to do a little bit of info warfare that we're not really sure, you know, where they're going with that. Because, yeah, man, that demo is going to have to either come along with a bunch of news. The demo has to have a bunch of news attached to it that gives us the outline of what they're doing. If it doesn't, I feel we have a little bit of a problem on our hands.
It makes sense for them not to release anything at all and announce a demo. And the con is right around the corner, and the demo's for the con. So they get everyone all eyes on that, so they can do their announcement.
Yeah,
and
man.
Fucking shit and
yeah, exactly.
It makes no
Exactly.
sense to do it otherwise.
I think that was, and I think we're a little, and again, like this is just, we're a little ahead of ourselves here in terms of like, I feel like a lot of what we want to know, we're not gonna know until it happens. But some of the very, very basic fundamental questions that we're asking might possibly be answered at BlizzCon.
Absolutely, of course.
At the same time, I would not be surprised in the least if they don't mention a fucking word about Classic at BlizzCon.
It would be stupid if they are releasing. Okay, this is what it tells you. If they are fucking using the beta as a selling point for their fucking tickets, and they don't give you shit about it, the whole ploy was to just fucking sell you tickets.
Yeah, he's right
And that
about
just
that.
tells you about fucking Blizzard right there. And if that's the case, guys, jump ship right away.
He's not wrong. It's just gonna be pretty disappointing. You're gonna know with the demo though what you're gonna have a pretty good idea what it's gonna be like. But I agree that they should have there should be lots of information, you know, to go with that.
Should be lots of information to go with that.
If they were, yeah, I mean, like, dude, I know that they're gonna talk about Classic at BlizzCon. I know they are.
They'd have to be so stupid.
I'm subscribed to S-Fan on YouTube. Like, I know they're gonna talk about Classic at BlizzCon.
S-Fan?
Oh yeah, like they've got a panel and everything. Like I'm very excited for it. Like I know they're gonna talk about it. But my biggest concern is that they're not going to address these questions that we have as people who have been playing in the legacy scene for a long time. These are the questions that need to be answered that just aren't not going to be asked.
They're dangerous questions too.
That's what's
they will not allow them to be asked.
But they're questions that need to be asked nonetheless, my guy.
If there are questions like how you're gonna do the payment stuff and like really sensitive stuff that needs to be saved till later that could change on the fly, they cannot release that. It's impossible.
And again, like I really appreciate all the work that the community has done leading up to Classic. If it wasn't for like the private server scene, this whole Classic shit would not even be happening. Straight up. It wasn't
like
for Nost.
obviously it's
It
all
wasn't
for the
for
people
everything
behind
that preceded
because
Nost.
Nost would never exist because of them, but Nost is what really kicked it off.
Well, I'm saying, like, if it wasn't for the legacy community, then this shit wouldn't even be happening. Now, here's my beef with the whole situation is like I've been a Blizzard customer since I was like fucking 13 years old, man. So that dude, like 12, 13 years now that I've been playing Blizzard and subscribed to Blizzard, and I've listened to Blizzard and I've heard everything they have to say, and I'm a big fan of the games they make. But the community outreach is just not there for me when I need the answers to the questions that I have to ask. It's almost impossible for me to communicate it, especially in a modern setting. If I go to the forums and ask these questions,
you get banned.
I know exactly what's going to happen. I'm going to get flamed into oblivion, and then not only am I not going to get the answer to my question, but I'm going to be subjected to the community of people that A, either despise me, or B, agree with me and are asking the same question, or is equally as frustrated, and we have this fucking what's it called? Stuck between a rock and a hard place. Now, what I really would like to see at BlizzCon is the panel is exciting. I'm very excited for that. I'm very excited because I know the guys that are gonna be, like, at least some of the guys that are gonna be on the panel, and I know they're gonna ask good questions.
What's up, Wagmac?
I just hope they ask the right questions, not only about the immediate future of Classic, but the actual future of Classic and Legacy in general, and this includes TBC and Burning Crusade. And this is what I would like to know going into this before I invest my time into it. Is it going to be something that's sustainable as a content provider or streamer or whatever you want to call it, YouTuber or whatever? All these people, they're hanging on the fringe of it, and if all they get is just 1-2 year progression from MC to Nax, those guys are fucked. Those guys are fucked. They're fucked. And they could either and I don't think the RuneScape Classic route of doing community voted in content is the idea here. I don't think that's the right move. I think that, like I've said it before, I think extending the arm over to TBC or either offering fresh Classic experiences is going to be the right move, because there's merit in both. There are people who really like TBC. I like TBC.
How's it
I'd
going,
love to
Mike?
see Legacy TBC. There are also people, and I compared it to the speedrunning scene with like old Zelda games is what I follow. So it doesn't matter how many times you played Ocarina of Time, you still love to play Ocarina of Time over and over and over again. It's the same thing with World of Warcraft Classic. Sorry, I can't speak. On a much longer scale. So rather than like speedrunning it in however long, you're actually speedrunning it in over a span of months, and you have a progression, you have character development, you have not only a name in the community, but you also learn and attach yourself to different classes. Maybe your goal is to learn how to play every class.
Dude,
Maybe
I had
your
like some
goal is only
Chinese
to play
food
one
today, and I
class
was
super,
just
super
like,
well.
tonight rather, and I
But
either ate
either
too
way,
much or
having a fresh opportunity to restart,
stomach
like the
is not
private
enjoying
server
it.
scene has offered us, is a good way to either rebrand yourself as a new class or start everything over again and just say, look, this is what I know now. Now I can expedite this process even better. And that's when it kind of gets into that speedrunning kind of mentality where you play the same game over and over and over again. Not because it's like the only game you know how to play or that you don't like it or anything like that, but just you actually fucking love it so much that you're willing to run it again and again and again. The same reason why I've leveled character after character after character on server after server after server. Because for me, the only thing I'm interested in is just playing classic over and over and over again, and the fresh progression every time you do something a little bit different. And I think there's a lot of merit in that. But my fear is that these questions that aren't going to be asked when there are people that can answer them are sitting right in front of the people who should be asking these questions. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think a lot of them, even if they were asked the question, some of them they would just simply have to say, we can't answer
it's
that.
good going down,
They're
then you
not
feel
afraid.
packed. What?
But they're kind of pulling a Lord Gaben right now. No touch with the community. Praise the Lord Gaben. Please give us games. That's it. Please give me the deals, the Steam deals on the summer sale.
And I don't think Blizzard's motivated by money behind all this, but for the record, I really don't, man. I don't. Blizzard's got more money than fucking God. They don't.
I think
they fucking don't.
There's no
I'm
limit.
sorry. I'm popping off right now, man.
No.
I'm really popping off. Like, I don't think they're motivated by money by this. I think there are people there that actually fucking care. And if they did, if they really did, I'm gonna be and I'm fucking psyched for BlizzCon because man, all I want to know is if this is gonna be sustainable. If this is real fucking life. I feel like a lot of us feel the same way. Is this real life? We're getting classic servers. What is the future of that? Where is the future in that? Am I going to be able to keep playing them like I've kept playing them for the past decade of my life on private servers? Shitty, stupid, scuffed private servers. I've played server after server after server of dog shit. Am I going to have a sustainable Blizzard quality server that I can play on? They've already announced legacy servers. Is it sustainable? Are you promising me something that I can actually fucking rely on? Is this real fucking life? These are the questions that we need to ask. Not whether or not the changes are going to be made. What's going to be different? Should we add new content to Classic? Fuck that shit, man. Is this real? Is this going to be something sustainable? Am I going to keep being able to play this? You know what I mean? I'm sorry, I'm popping off here, but I'm being real, man.
I understand. Most of the Blizzard devs that cared left. Look, man, I'm gonna say it again from a business standpoint. You know, I went to business school. I come from a family of fucking, you know, CEOs, directors, shit like this. Okay, and everything.
Well, it's too bright for this.
Maybe I'm just, you know, fucked from all this. Everything they do, any project as a big company, a big corporation that you're doing, you're thinking gains and losses. You don't do something because you love it. Even if you do something that's for the people, there's a marketing aspect behind it. There's always something behind it. You don't do things for nothing because you're thinking efficiency. I need to use this much fucking energy. Can I get this back? Okay, perfect. It's not because it's a survival thing. You're a company. It's not just you. There's hundreds and thousands of people that work for this company. You've got fucking salaries to pay. You've got advertisements to pay. You've got servers to pay. You've got buildings to fucking pay. You've got taxes to fucking pay. It's getting really fucking serious at this point. You've got a board of directors. You got a thinking tank. It's nonstop, man. We're past that point of doing things for the love. This is a corporation.
Yeah. When the guys first made the game, they loved the game.
And that's what we've got right now. It's gone.
Well, I want to look into something really quick because if we look into, I mean, if we take a quick second and, you know, I don't know, someone else keep going, dude. I have to formulate the idea. Keep going. Someone else. I'm sorry. I lost it.
I think the people that they've hired now, obviously all those legacy guys are gone. The people they've hired now are probably very passionate about WoW. But it's also, they're passionate about the course that the game is going on.
They're passionate about the wrong things, personally.
Yeah. It's not the wrong things. It's just how the game is now. That's how they want the game. They don't know. You know, they might know or have seen, you know, the writings on the wall of old times, you know, from old WoW, but that's not what they're passionate about. You know, they love the game now. And they want to make the game now as best as they could. So they hear all your feedback and they see all your feedback, but they're not going to be the same guys that were as passionate as the game back then.
No.
Those guys are gone.
Why would they? So do you guys? I mean, I feel like we might be at a difference of opinion here, but do you guys really think that they're doing this whole World of Warcraft Classic thing for money? I know they're gonna make money. And again, they're gonna make money off of it, no doubt. I'm not saying they're not gonna profit from it, but I'm saying that, do you really think, like, is it really that bad?
I have one thing to ask. Really how many current million of subscribers does Blizzard have right now? This is my question.
Don't even include Asia. Don't even include Asia in this.
I don't know. Is it that like 7 million thing? Is it that 6 million thing?
They stopped,
where are they right now? Someone please look it up because I need to know this. Because then what my only point with this whole big money situation is, 500,000 people at most that they assume are interested in vanilla from what has happened. Are they really going to monetize such the shit out of Classic when they have these 7 million people that are their subs for the retail version of the game, or however many millions? What are they really going to do for this 500,000 people? Are they going to go out of their way to monetize the shit out of these 500,000? That's what me and Pat kind of wonder, I guess. Are they going to go out of their way to just, like, bleed that 500,000 Classic?
I think it's a lot more than 500,000. A lot more. And we need to understand, guys, they've been losing subscribers. Blizzard is not what it was once. It's not. Right now, they're focusing on China because China is fucking eating it up. They're subbing like crazy, but they're still losing subs. People are losing fucking interest. You guys are forgetting that they stopped posting sub counts because it was getting fucking embarrassing.
The losses were staggering, yeah.
So now, if you want a good example, guys, look at Diablo 3. Everyone got fucking hyped. Everyone was so fucking excited, man. They were like, holy fucking shit, we're getting it. Finally, Diablo 3, it's gonna be amazing. It was a fucking miniaturized 2D WoW. Well, 3D environment RTS.
We have a difference of opinion here. There's again, part of me being an optimist here. I think that they're doing this because they respect the legacy. I have to believe that, because if I don't believe that, then there is no future.
You gotta respect that. Somebody's gotta hold the torch, right? I respect that. Somebody's gotta fucking have that opinion, okay?
They have to.
And I hope you're right.
Man, fuck me if it's not the case.
Look, man,
really
hold the torch. That's all I gotta say.
The implications of that are fucking stupid. Like, it's stupid. This whole thing is fucking pointless if that's not the point.
We have to try to be idealistic.
If they actually don't care about legacy and WoW, then this whole shit is pointless. I'm telling you. That's the realization. That's the real fucking red pill here, boyos. That's the problem.
Most people have already clued into this a long time ago, my dude.
I don't believe they're doing this for money. Like I said, Blizzard Activision has more money than God. I really do.
I think people with lots of money.
More of a PR. If they had an angle here to work.
Okay, look at the banks. When's enough? They're always trying to find new ways to stack that fucking money.
Yeah.
This is a rabbit hole we could go down for hours, man. But I myself have to go take a piss, so we'll go ahead and hit a BRB.
Good time to take a piss.
We'll pause it here because we're in the middle of a very heated sort of topic here.
Oh yeah.
So let's take a quick breather, guys. We'll be right back. This is the real of the real here, Late Night Classic Boyz with PD Rossi, Code Delve, and Can Beast, and yours truly, Scuffed Howard Stern. We'll be right back.
Wait, who's the Scuffed Howard Stern? It's Code Delve that looks like the Scuffed Howard Stern.
It's true, huh? I gotta hold on. Hold on.
You just don't have the curly hair, and that's what we were discussing last time, right?
Are we good? It's not good enough, man. I don't have a Jufro, man. I can't do it.
Ooh, that's a sick ring. Ooh wee.
It's true, man. He's got the ultimate Jufro going. I can't do that. My hair don't do that shit. This is the best I can do, man.
Gotta be things.
I got this.
I don't know. What do you guys think? Like, I kind of feel Pat's got a nice innocence to it. I feel like the innocence he has, it's like the same innocence he has. The same innocence people have to like the Lightbringer people or the Northern Lights Hope people. They're not doing it for money. They really love this game. And it's like, come on.
Yeah.
Everyone knows they're fucking fleecing everybody for money.
Well, they definitely get donations to keep the server running, and then what happens when people want to keep donating and just they're not getting anything from it like gear this time around or anything. But imagine when people keep donating to like Lights Hope and Northdale and stuff, like after the $600 a month server is paid for and money keeps rolling in, what do they do with that? Just roll it over, you know?
All right, I'm back.
Yeah, Patty, I was just saying, like, the same innocence you have towards, like, Blizzard being all, like, mighty and ethical, and they're not doing it for money. They love, it's the passion. It's like, dude, the Lights Hope guys.
Oh, dude, no, I'm not.
They're doing it for them.
No. Don't mistake me for naive. I understand that money talks. Bullshit
I thought you
walks.
were talking about this. You're like, no, not this again.
No, I do, Canvas, I do. But the thing is, what other option do you choose to believe, man? Like,
reality.
Yeah.
So what is your
describe
to me the reality of Blizzard Classic, Canvas?
It's a cash
Describe
cow.
to me
It's
from
a
your
cash cow,
perspective.
dude.
I would love. No, break it down for me, please. Take me to school.
It takes no effort to make new content. The content's already done. You get millions of subscribers again. It doesn't matter how long they stick around. They're taking all this money up front. It's just like BFA, and they keep people interested by just coming out with little crumbs of patches. Like, here you go. Here's a little crumbs, and then more people come back. More people leave. And that's where you get into the dangerous element of the cash shop. When they bring in mounts, or you know, maybe you'll get your riding fee for $40, and do you know who's gonna buy that? Everybody, right? Like, it will be. I'm not saying that's how I want it to be. I'm saying it goes down that dangerous path once they start to, you know, if it's not quite classic the way they thought it was. Well, people are complaining so much they want to buy their mount. Here's a little bit of incentive to play, right? I don't know. Character boosts. And...
Do you really think that's the way it's gonna be, though? Do you
No. That is the like off the worst tangent, but I do believe the money is the most important part for them. That I do.
Well, I mean, you know, I actually have to kind of fill in for agreeing with Pat a little bit more than you guys, because I don't want it to be a purely monetarily based objective.
Well, it's not what I
they're
want.
putting
Let's get
forth,
that real.
you
That's
know.
not what we want, man. We're saying
I know it's not what you guys want,
the
but I mean,
reality.
it's what you guys believe is the reality, and I tend to believe that they're not going to put toward 500,000 people. They're not going to put toward only that amount. This, you know, how can I say this? Like they're not going to try to capitalize that much on the 500,000. That's kind of just what I feel like.
When it dwindles down to like the 30,000 that are gonna be left over, maybe.
I mean, 30,000 was like, what was that? 30,000 was the people in queue in one of the Nostalrius iterations. Remember, guys, when there was like a over 10,000 person queue on one of the Nost servers, and they had it at 12K allowance? I mean, when you think about how many accounts are then made on a server like that, how many accounts are then made, it gets up into the hundreds of thousands of accounts made.
Well, don't you think that's where they saw the dollar signs? When Nost is like, look, we have 100,000 people that are playing this right now. There's a million accounts. Like, they're like, okay, that's $15 for every account.
That's $15 for every
Plus
account.
$50.
There are a million. Of course they're
pop
saying.
each.
Of course they're saying that is what they kind of like want to do with it is monetize it somehow. But Pat wants to hold on to the idea that they're trying to deliver the experience that is what we want, you know. Delivering that experience is really important as well.
They want to make the client happy at the same time, but also you have to understand your idea of the vanilla experience is different from someone else. Even between us, I'm sure we have different ideas of what the vanilla experience is. And then if you compare it to the retail people, they have their own fucking other idea of what vanilla is, or should be. So it's like, yeah, we think that vanilla is going to be a certain way, we think it should be a certain way, but there's too many conflicting opinions in this, and too many people that want it a certain way. And we have to understand something as well. I'll just start my music again because it fucking cut out. Alright. We have to understand something as well, guys. Like, fucking, actually, somebody else take this over. I gotta fix something. I gotta cook something. Go, please.
This is like, there's something that we have to understand. Okay, never mind. I'll be right back.
What was I on? Sorry, because I had a whole train. I'm like, fuck. What was I on? Just help me out here. I don't want to cut the fucking podcast here. I was talking about which subject?
Just keeping population.
The subject of
entertained.
business relating to the business side.
you were
of
coming
money
at it from
side.
more, yeah.
I was talking about something right there, and I had an idea, and then that's why I said, someone pick it up, and I'll think about it again. Okay.
No, I think, again, like, the point I was making, and I still stand by this, is that there's absolutely no way that Blizzard, if Blizzard introduces either a cash shop or a stagnant progression, meaning like one server and done, or they release a handful of classic servers and then you run through them all and you're done, like there's no way there is any sort of long-term success in that. Blizzard won't do that. So what are the options? Well, they could release fresh classic servers, or they could continue to Burning Crusade, and then Wrath, and then, God forbid, like Cataclysm progression, and it becomes a fucking nightmare. It's a convoluted nightmare, and none of us have the answer to this shit. But the reason we don't have the answer to this shit is because nobody's asking these fucking questions. Because everybody's so stoked on classic, and it's great, man. It's great. And I want to believe in my fucking, right at the crest of my beanbag, that these guys are doing this because they respect legacy. They respect the classic community. The people that got them to where they are today, their subscribers that they fucked in the long term.
It's not even the same people working there, dude.
It doesn't even matter, man. It doesn't even matter.
How could they care if they weren't even there?
Let me finish, man. Because what I'm saying is the people that built this company, I choose to believe they have a respect for them. I choose to believe they respect the legacy community. I choose to believe that they're not necessarily, although I'm not naive and I understand they're going to make money off Classic. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is there has to be some kind, at least on the whiteboard, in the fucking, in the conference room, to where does this go from here? Like, here's the idea, double underline it in fucking black Sharpie, point a line, and say, where does it go from here? Someone's asked that question already. It's already been discussed, but it hasn't been discussed with us. It hasn't been discussed on the forums. None of this shit. There's been speculation on YouTube,
so here's what I wanted
Twitch,
to get at.
And God forbid you talk about the private server scene. God forbid you choose private servers as a fucking point of reference to where you actually see, oh, yeah, that's right. This has been going on for a decade. This is pretty sustainable. Like, nobody wants to talk about that on a goddamn live stream. Instead, they've been sitting in the boardroom collaborating with NOS devs, and they have all the answers. And so when is anybody even gonna ask these fucking questions? The shit that matters? Is anybody? And again, we gotta wait till BlizzCon.
They control also who gets that. Like, the person comes up and like, what's your question? Okay, all right, go ahead.
Will there be a subscription fee to World of Warcraft? Yes. Next question.
But here's what I was getting at, okay? And I have a million things going on my mind. That's why, like, sometimes, oof. But what you need to understand, and we can compare so many fucking games, people don't know what the fuck they want. People have good intentions. People would push for what they think is right. But then those changes get made. And they realize, just like the fucking president of, is he the president now, Blizzard? You think you want it, but you don't. Because then what happens is that they made the changes, the game is shit now, everyone's fucking pissed off. And everyone's like, this is, you listen to these fucking people, blah, 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 they're pointing fucking fingers. No one knows what they want. No one knows what's greater for the game. They want immediate relief to, they want an immediate remedy.
I told those guys to back up.
Whatever it is that they're feeling. So if you look at all the other games, like even that was it that Battlefield game? I forget. No, call it, no, it was a Battlefield game, I think. And they listened to the YouTube community. What a fucking flop, man. What a fucking flop. In every fucking case where they listen to the community, full on, they involve them in the development, make them decide, it becomes a fucking shit show, a flop, because people don't know how to make games. People don't understand how ecosystems work. People don't understand how an economy works. You know? You're creating a community, an economy. You're doing so much more here. You're playing with the fucking little digits and shit that change the gameplay drastically when it comes to PvP and PvE and everything. Like, these are huge fucking things to factor in. But people don't think about that. They think, I want to be able to do this. And when they're able to do this, they're like, this is unfair now. This is boring. And then there's the other people where they're like, what the fuck? Everything's broken now. You know, like, it was a meme. Every patch, oh, they nerfed Shaman. Remember that shit?
I get what you're getting at, man, but I think that it just misses the whole fucking point, my guy. I think that, honestly, what we need are concrete answers about not only the state of Classic, but where they're at now, but not only that, but where they're going with it. What is their end game here, man? What are they actually trying to accomplish? Are they trying to bring old subscribers back to the game? If the answer to that question is yes, then they need to re-release legacy content. Now, we saw that actually, when it comes to legacy content, the most successful, if you want to talk financially, was Wrath of the Lich King. So it's safe to assume that they would go up to Wrath of the Lich King before they stop releasing legacy content. So, when it's legacy content, there's an end to it, because they've already made new shit. And so it's like, okay, so we've got this new shit that nobody likes, or that everybody's complaining about. We've got this legacy community that's been up our ass about legacy servers. So now we're releasing legacy servers, but we're not going to say a goddamn word about it unless you cop that BlizzCon ticket. You'll find out, right? That for me is like a fucking backhand, man. Like a straight up.
But it tells you how they do their stuff. Look at how they release their games. Look at their patches. Look how they treated you with the fucking ticket to get access to the demo and all that fucking shit. Never base yourself on what you're projecting and you're hoping it to be. Base yourself on people's actions. And I think it's like, I hate to get all philosophical on you fucking people, but you know, in The Prince, you know, Machiavelli said, you know, if you focus, now don't quote me exactly on that, but if you focus on things that ought to be, it'll lead you to your downfall instead of your preservation. You got to focus on how things are and move from there.
Dude, honestly, all I want to know the answers to are, what are their plans after, like, Nax progression? And
horizontal progression is the only way to keep interest.
Elaborate.
The content that we're going to release in level 60 is going to be released
so
after.
Meaning, like, they go up to Nax and then from there...
Something else after. I just feel like Burning Crusade will cause the same thing, and Wrath will cause the same thing. You'll go have 100% people for Classic. You'll have 50 that go to Burning Crusade. You'll have 25% that go to... You'll spread out the population so thin.
Crossing. Exactly. What he just fucking said. All this crossing, all this dividing that happens.
Yeah, it'll keep dividing.
That was the great thing about vanilla. Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah. No, that was my point. There'll be so many people that'll, you know, and that's the worry with fresh servers as well. People that want to progress through Nax, fresh server comes out, population split. 75% go to one server, 25% linger around on the server for a little bit. Exactly. Because the PvP is better here, they have full gear, they want to keep their characters. Right. That's
you really think that community developed decisions in regards to like
those are community developed
content? Well, I mean, what you're suggesting is that they what happens? You said
well, the Karazhan was Karazhan was supposed to be level 60 content, Emerald Dream. Outland, you saw the Outland video where they go in the scuffed ass Outland that wasn't the actual Outland. True. Shit like that.
Here's
There's
where
lots of stuff
up. The massive amounts of cities they were fucking making, continuously dividing the fucking game.
Is this good? Is this good for Classic? Is that where you guys are at though?
They didn't think they would have enough content, so they made way too much content. That's what John Stat said. He's like, we made so much shit, we never used it all.
When things started to die down and it went to a normal level population, they were like, yo, this place is fucking empty. What the fuck have we done? This is boring. But the game's not dead. There's still a lot of people playing. They're just scattered all over the fucking place. And it's the same thing with those fucking private servers that are scattered all over the fucking place. If you have the Blizzard servers and all that stuff, you know, they're releasing different types and all this shit, different seasons. It's going to be all fucking mixed up, and it's going to cause a massive amount of division like he mentioned. You don't want that shit. It even reflects the way they've gone about it inside the fucking game. People are sick of the fucking division. People are sick of being pulled apart. They want to be forced into it where everybody has to fucking interact with each other. There's no avoiding it. No fucking flying mount, avoiding all this shit. You gotta go through everything and go, you know, like you need a fucking mount and everything. Okay, but you still gotta, you know, interact with people. You're still gotta run into people. You know what I mean? Just the fact of having a full city, I don't know. It's trading, you know, just ambiance-wise, groups, everything is so much better.
Fuck Shatrath, man. Like, fuck Flying Mounts, fuck Shatrath, fuck Blood Elves and Draenei, man. I don't know. That's what I hated about Burning Crusade. Neutral cities where you're rubbing shoulders with the Horde or the Alliance all the time? Like, I don't know. Like, Care Bear game, man. I don't know. Yes, that was the beginning of it for me. The beginning of the end for me.
Care Bear game.
I didn't mind the rating in Burning Crusade. Everybody loves the rating, but there's just some things that I went,
Rating in BC was cool. I don't like what they did with the dungeons, though, with all that rep garbage. That was pretty drawn out. And
you want to play the hard version of the game? Well, grind the normal version of the game. Like,
you know, not to veer completely away from what we were just discussing, and you know how me and Pat seem to be on one side and you guys seem to be on another with this whole they you know need to focus on the focus is on mostly monetary, you know, money and their gain and stuff. I think that was something. But Pat is right. There needs to be answers to these questions, and that's all I'm going to get into is basically just say, yes, there needs to be answers to these questions. And I'm afraid that whatever little council has to step up and speak to them with whatever little panel they're doing, I'm afraid Pat might be even more right with, will the question even come about? Will the question even be touched upon by these other
Thank you.
content creators. You know, will it will it even be touched upon by these guys?
It's Ghost.
Will they
know,
ask the
probably
hard
not.
questions?
They probably won't even be allowed to. But Craig did bring something up. Crack, sorry.
Not a fucking chance they're gonna ask those questions. not just anybody in particular. I'm just saying these are questions they don't have answers to.
Crack brought something up though. He said LFG ruined it, and looking for rate and all that kind of stuff. That's another thing. That's a very good fucking point. When they brought like cross fucking server shit, what the fuck is that, man? That ruined entire communities, vaporized overnight, just like that.
Well, yeah.
I know you're like people who have dead servers. Like I get it, it sucks, man. But fuck, we're on another server. Ask server merges or something, you know? Like, fuck this stuff of like globalizing the whole fucking thing, and it's like there's no more community stuff, you know? The server you're on doesn't even fucking matter anymore. Maybe just like your guild for rating at most, you know?
I can't ask face that one. That was me actually.
I think that the cross-pollination is not necessarily a bad thing. I don't think battle groups are necessarily the problem here. Like, if we're talking about like integration, like and this is literally the lesser of two evils.
Battle groups are not a terrible idea. I'm talking about
no, and I think they realized that's why they implemented them. I'm not saying this isn't like a discussion of like how do they deal with the community impact of having like, you know, like maybe 10 plus servers with or let's say 100 plus servers with 3,000 plus players on them. My biggest question is, do they actually anticipate Classic? I'll say Classic specifically because they did not release World of Warcraft Burning Crusade. They did not announce World of Warcraft Wrath of the Lich King. They announced World of Warcraft Classic. How do they plan on making that sustainable? As someone who has, let me finish. As someone who has played,
I don't know,
in the Legacy community for over a decade, and has found ways to make it sustainable for myself through illegitimate means, how does Blizzard plan on making that sustainable? Do they plan on progressing to Burning Crusade? Or do they plan on releasing fresh servers?
Let them get it out
first. These are the questions that I want answers.
Yeah, but let them get it out first. How can they even make a decision? Because this is all new. This is a different year, different technology. People have different wants, different all this fucking shit. So first, get vanilla out the door. From there, okay, how the fuck are we gonna do this? And then we can move forward. It wouldn't make any sense otherwise. You can make a rough version, but you just cannot anticipate the random. You know what I mean? People are random. You can't control them. You don't know what people want, how they're going to react. You need to see what's going to go.
They're not going to release they're not going to release an unpolished product in Vanilla Classic coming up.
Not Blizzard.
It's going to be extremely polished to the very last T, and they are already going to know what they're going to be doing with this replayability aspect.
I didn't even know why I wanted to do this Dungeon Victories. I'm just kind of.
They're going to do.
I'm not focusing on this at all. I'm like listening to what they're saying.
They can't go in at that blindly. It's gonna be so brutal. If they say have a plan to release these official servers Classic to everybody within 10 months to a year from now, okay, well that's something serious. They have the power to release 10 months to a year from now. So what does that mean? That means that they better really kind of know the timeline, because they're going to be releasing these servers and people are going to start asking these questions right away, man. So I really honestly
look how they're treating the community. They're not going to give answers, and people are just going to take it because that's just how it is. They're going to say, "Oh, you're not answering us. Fuck you." No, that's not how it is. They say, "Yeah, you're not answering us," and they're going to continue playing. We're all going to fucking continue playing.
Blizzard polished a thing of the past. Well, I mean, to be fair, it was never part of this one. They never polished this game.
I don't think that's again. For me personally, I just feel like I'm getting burnt on that one. I'm not feeling and I'm gonna clarify. I don't feel like I'm getting burnt with the World of Warcraft Classic thing. Like Blizzard Classic is going to be awesome, man. I could not be more excited. I've never been more excited for any video game to come out ever in my entire lifetime. Blizzard the World of Warcraft Classic release is going to be amazing. It's going to be amazing. But I still have to be realistic and with myself, especially, and I'm sure a lot of you content producers out there can feel me on this one. Is it going to be sustainable? Are they going to continue to give you the option to continue creating? Because me myself, you know, I'm an average retail player, and I'm sure as shit not a gladiator. What I am is I am a vanilla shaman
Project 30,
player.
yeah, exactly.
And when Blizzard Classic comes out, do I get one server, one progression to play a shaman again, and that's it?
Yeah.
Or are they going to re-release fresh, or they're going to move on to TBC?
No,
then I
it's
become a
dog
TBC
shit.
boy. After TBC, I become a Wrath boy.
No.
Even that, I'll buy, man. I'll buy that shit. I'll play that shit.
It'll get too
I get
confusing
it.
at that point. It's too much.
Well,
Imagine the
then what's
manpower.
then they have to release
You
fresh
have to
servers,
manage the
right?
servers. You got to pay people for maintenance. You know, you got to do marketing for those fucking shits. You got to get people aware. Okay, now we're doing a new campaign for TBC. We're doing a new campaign for Wrath of the fucking Lich King. Like whatever. It's insane. That does not sustain. That will
No,
not
I don't think it's
sustain
very
itself.
good. Honestly, Rift. It's so laggy for NA guys. Like I
But yeah,
slingshot
man,
back like
I'm
20
super
yards
hyped for
because
the
I
demo.
died. And it was,
Like, and again,
it's
I really
dog
hate
shit.
to be like, this is our third podcast now, and I think that part of what makes this podcast a little bit different is that the fact that we talk about shit that nobody else is going to talk about.
Very
And
important.
this is actually what nobody is going to fucking talk about. And I remember seeing a video, and again, I don't exactly remember
I
who put
wouldn't.
it out. I think it might have been Nyxium, where it was the future of classic WoW, and it was a great video. And it raised a lot of eyebrows. And the video itself actually got a decent amount of flame, even for Nyxium, who does not get flamed. He's well respected. Caught a lot of flame. But I'm going to take it even a step further and actually just directly ask these questions here, where I have our platform here with the LNCB right here. What is sustainable about this from their perspective? Because Code's telling me it doesn't make any sort of business sense. PD's kind of siding with me here, saying that this is what, you know, where I'm at, where I choose to be an optimist. And I say, look, I think they're doing it for the legacy. CanBeast is the most OG out of all of us. And he says, I've known Blizzard longer than all you fuckers. And I can tell you that's not the case.
I didn't say that. I did not say
I
that.
mean,
It was
that's
a little
where
bit.
I'm at, man. That's my prerogative right now. And I'm over here getting frustrated about it, man.
Is a new server what people always want, or that people want those old classic 60 characters that will be theirs forever? People want a chance to get those characters with the ranks, with the old gear, the old mounts. Everybody wants. That's what everyone wants again. There's an elitism of the game that everybody missed, or that some people miss, that had it, that don't have it anymore, and a lot of people that want it. And because now everyone can be better at the game than they were when they were like 9, 10, 12 years old back in the day, right? And I think you're going to have nice 60 characters. That's what everybody wants again, because now they're like, now I can do it, right? I wasn't able to do it before. I feel like that's like a bulk of the private server community. A lot of people want to experience like the old bugs.
You're absolutely right, man.
Yeah, you're right too.
What resonated with me there the most was that I think you hit the nail on the head. It's like it's either an elitism, that word elitism, elitism. Is that's right? Yeah. Sorry, boys. I'm like fucking. You know what I mean? This is scuffed. This was the scuffed version, but you know. But yeah, there is an elitism
Yeah, I think
there
so,
that,
Killer Rabbit.
that people are either pursuing out of nostalgia or just pursuing out of just the sheer wanting to pursue elitism. Like, I get that. But what I'm saying is that there's going to be an equal, if not more, aggressive outcry for actual progression. And I'm not talking about progression in TBC. I'm talking about re-releasing fresh realms where people can do this shit all over again. And I go back to that example of look at speedrunners. These people
right,
who
Rob
play
P.
these games who are so good at them that they don't even want to play any new games. They've run the same game 100 times, 150 times, getting better times. Like, the same thing goes for Classic. It's a different sort of reality. It's a different sort of dimension when it comes to Classic in the form of its months and months of character development, but it all boils down to the same formula. If you like a game and you want to play it over again to see if you can do something better or do something different, then you should have the option to do that. And these, again, are the questions that I would love to be able to ask, but nobody's asking them. Nobody's talking about this. Like I said, I think, and I apologize if I'm misquoting, I think it was Nixium that put out the video about the Classic development, what happens after Classic. Wow. You know what I mean? Like,
that was my Paladin back in the day, man.
Opened the door for the normies to start having this discussion. But this is the first thing that came to my mind when I heard Classic WoW was even being released. I was like, why the fuck? If Blizzard's really going to do this, then what is their end game? What is their actual plan in the long run? You know what I mean? And
it's like 6 out of 8 judgment.
I pray to God someone asks. I just pray to God someone's asking these questions. Like, what is the future of it? Is it sustainable? Is my biggest question. And if it's not, and if they plan to run expansion, if they plan to expand Legacy past Classic, we have a right to know as Classic players, because then we have to actually adapt to that.
I mean, dude, so much involved. There's so much involved. Do they want to get the communities involved? Are they going to release patches? Is there going to be World Server events? Is there going to be GMs and shit? Probably not. I don't know. You know? And if not, then maybe they just want to make it easy. Maybe there's going to be one flavor of it, and that's it. And it's going to wipe every fucking so often. Who the fuck knows, man? We cannot know until they release this information to us.
It's kind of the beauty. That's kind of the beauty of the private servers. Not only does it unite people from all around the world, but you also have the threat of constantly losing your character. Or your character just becomes, like, disposable. Because, like, there's a new server out. Exactly. Guess what I'm doing? Go and play that. Right?
Exactly. So, people wait. It gets the community involved. They all round up. Fucking new servers coming. New season, motherfuckers. Everyone's getting on. Everyone gets fucking crazy for
Lightbringer, you know? Nos returns. Like, yeah, even fucking Phoenix 2. Fucking Q Gaming, for Christ's sake. Like, when these servers came out, there was a shit ton of hype. And this goes back, like I said, like a fucking decade this shit's been going on. This is not new.
You want to come, Top Blocks?
Nope.
This is not new. And it's evident. It's more than evident. And the community that actually gives a shit.
Never mind then.
And the community that actually gives a shit about this
well, see,
game.
You can try to make it in to help us.
You know what I mean?
Any
this
corporation.
Game, this one, this fucking game.
Unless you're on a shaman
where the fucking world map looks like this. Talents, where my talents look like this. This game that people love.
No way. Yeah.
I want to know if this is sustainable.
Yep. You're right.
I want to know
You're right.
if people are actually going to if people, I mean Blizzard, are actually going to pursue a future in this.
They're not going to. 8.1 won't
turns
save
into
DFA.
like, you know, add plus talent points down here, Burning Crusade style. I'm okay with that. Even add fucking obnoxious trinkets and fucking broken ass, stupid ass PvE encounters. Make it Wrath. Whatever, man. As long as if it's Legacy and they're upfront about it, I can adapt to it. I can prepare for it. But what I would really want to know is, are they planning on vanilla progression to a point where they're actually where vanilla progression is complete, and are they going to offer the option to start over? Because that's what I would like. I'm a fresh boy, man. I don't know, man. Maybe I'm a minority in this conversation, but I feel like a lot of people that actually give a shit are going to be asking the same questions to themselves and going to be begging silently to themselves, the people who can actually ask these questions, to ask these questions. You know what I mean? Like, to actually fucking, like, make it, at least, if it's not to their attention, then they should at least know about it, man. Like I'm sure that they know the full scale of the private server scene. There's no way that they don't know the full scale of the private server scene. They know that there's an interest. If it wasn't for the private server scene, then we wouldn't even be getting legacy servers in the fucking first place. And if it wasn't for the retail streamers who suffered through shitty expansion after shitty expansion, then World of Warcraft would be a fucking dead game. It would be irrelevant. There's a symbiotic relationship within the community, and people don't even realize it.
Sure.
It's always the intrigue of what's next, though.
They're not, yeah, and they're not the community. They're a corporation.
Prestige levels, yeah.
I don't think that at this point in the game, with how much they've already put on the line with announcing Classic, that there's any way that they're actually going to be able to fuck over the community. Because whether they've already, unless they went into it anticipating a loss, I don't see them actually fucking everything up.
Which brings my next point, man. Any corporation coming in, top-level corporation, appearing to do something, you know, in any shape or form, like out of their heart, is coming in to fuck you in the ass violently. Okay? This is how it works for me. But that's my 2 cents. When any corporation, when they come in, they're like, we're doing this to help the people. There's no. There's money involved behind it. There's a lot of planning behind it. They don't do shit for nothing. It's so unsustainable in that sense, you know? There's an action behind everything. There's a reason behind every action. I don't know. Am I going in circles with this?
I don't think anyone's going in circles technically, but I think we've all made, you know, the individual points that we would like to make about this exact topic. But
Sometimes I don't overestimate it. Sorry.
No, it's all right. It's all right. It can, you know, it can easily go, I think, deeper. You know, we can easily discuss this stuff a lot more. I think what Pat's saying doesn't need to be fought at any kind of level. I agree with what Pat's saying. I don't think what Pat's saying needs to be fought. These questions do need to be asked, and he is correct about that. There is an answer that needs to be given to what is going to happen later on with this.
Because here's the problem.
So, yeah. Let's just see if BlizzCon gives us the opportunity to receive the answer to this question or not.
We absolutely
need
to know. To go to the next place, we just need to know. Because like Centex said, okay, I'm not overestimating the worth or how much money is involved here. They need to tell us, how important is this project? Are they fully investing in it? Is it a big launch? Are they taking this seriously? Or it's just a side thing to pull people into retail? Or just a fun little thing on the side, which to pull people in retail because you pay monthly, you get access to both or something. Which one is it? Once we find out, then we can think more, okay, they're going to do this, this, that. If they're going full out and Vanilla's its own fucking thing and they're doing marketing campaign for that shit and, you know, it's blowing up and all that, okay, we can probably expect a progression and some serious stuff. But if they're just making it a side thing, maybe they'll release like TBC, a server or two, just to keep everyone happy, like for fun. But it's just like a side project, fun thing. And that's
to be like one Burning Crusade server.
Yeah.
I don't think, and again, like I really, again, we don't really know any of the answers to these questions until there's the opportunity to ask them, which would be at BlizzCon. So I think that we gotta table this, and we're not that far off. We're like 2 weeks away, and we like literally like two podcasts away from being able to answer all these questions. But I want it to be on record. I really do. I really do want it to be on record, and I pray to God, either someone at Blizzard or someone at fucking like anyone who has the capacity to ask these questions, fucking ask them, please. These are the questions that actually matter, man. This is the shit that people actually care about, dude. Like, we all know we're getting like classic servers that's fucking phenomenal, dude. It really is. We're not in any sort of what's the word? Ungrateful sort of mentality when it comes to that. Like, but what I think that you guys, all the community being you guys, and what I myself and the majority of my community wants to know is this going to be sustainable? Is this going to be something that we can actually keep playing? Even when Nax is done.
But no, I've been drinking all night.
My ass,
I've
been
Chinese
done
food
Nax,
before,
boys.
and I just kind of like...
You're worried as a streamer.
Ran that shit. Ran everything. Done everything. I'm willing to do it again. I'm willing to do it again after that, and again after that. Am I gonna have the option to do that, man?
You need to keep it fresh for you and your viewers as well. We're talking about as a content creator, period, right?
Absolutely.
Okay. I see exactly where you're coming from here now. This is a totally different thing. Yes. How can they make it sustainable? How can they keep it fresh? But then it falls into another fucking problem.
I'm like, oh,
okay, so they got to keep everyone interested, but also how do they pander to the streamers? And
I think I just ate too much, so like my blood sugar is like.
To anyone? Where do we go from?
So I'm drinking beer.
Well, I think that Suntex actually comes on. Again, he says, well, it seems like a lot of people want to get ahead of the conversation. I think that's what we're doing right now, actually. We're getting ahead of the conversation. Yeah, and we don't know anything about Classic, so how can we ask about BC? I'm not really asking about BC. I'm just offering the idea of BC.
Yeah, he's talking as a content creator, how can I keep it fresh for me and my viewers? Because there will come a point where people are going to be bored. Oh, this fucking server's been going on for 2 years now. Everyone's fucking done it. This is so fucking boring. Who wants to keep watching that, you know? PvP is gonna be the only fucking thing interesting to watch.
And I think that offering like resets.
This is the best build for like two-handers
fresh servers is gonna be a great solution to that. They have to look no farther than the private server scene to see that that's effective. It retains players. It's someone who's been around for so fucking long. Like longer than I actually wanted to be around in terms of private servers.
Good,
God knows
but
how
it's
much
not helping.
Private servers, they're all
blood
scuffed,
sugar, you know?
They're all trash.
If it's even a
I'd
problem,
much rather be playing a Blizzard quality product. Are they going to offer fresh Blizzard quality products? Because man, the idea of a Blizzard fresh after
BFD,
like,
bro, you want to come to BFD?
Man, come on, guys, like, let's be honest, man. If we go to 112 on the Blizzard fresh, like the Blizzard Classic that's coming out. And then there's another Blizzard Fresh after that? Holy fuck, dude. We're all gonna blow our loads over that shit. Because it's literally, like, exactly what we've always wanted. It's exactly what we've always wanted in the private.
Viewers will stay. They'll come in waves.
Not only that, I mean, again, like, I'm not even, like, talking from a viewer perspective. I'm talking from just, like, someone who loves classic WoW. Not even from a from a streamer perspective or anything. But there comes a point in classic when you gotta call it a day, and like Lightbringer is a perfect example. Before that, you know, like, and Lightbringer was actually the best example. I guess you can argue Phoenix, but Phoenix wasn't even on the same level as Lightbringer was. But it's true. Once you reach a certain content patch, it's time to start again, and it's not because like you would think, why would you want to do the same shit over and over and over again? The reason is because we love the game that much. Because we love the game that much. Just like anybody who anybody who speedruns any game that they love to speedrun over and over and over and over again, they don't do it because they're trying to be competitive and get the best time. I'm sure a lot of them do, but I think the core of that is that they love the game that they're playing. Just like I love like change. Vanilla WoW. No. I'm just saying that I love Vanilla WoW. I want to play Vanilla WoW over and over and over again. And like what the curse of Vanilla WoW is that it gets to a point where the content becomes stagnant, and that's why the private server scene remedied that with fresh servers, man. That's all I'm saying.
But people also find comfort in the fact that I can run this again, and I know exactly what to expect, and I can just perfect it every time, and it doesn't stress me out. You know, I can just go on that grind. I know how to level from there to there. You know, like I'm just learning the world more and more, and it's not gonna change like overnight. Like example, a fucking cataclysm around the corner. Yeah. The whole fucking world was this.
Yeah, 1255 kill rabbit.
The statement that I kind of want to get into is, what could they? And this is a question for Code, question for everybody, because I know Code's been on the server tech discussion so far. What could they literally do, guys?
What's up, Killer Rabbit? Yeah, no, it's...
They literally release the wave of servers they're going to release for Vanilla Classic in the beginning, then months down the road, NA,
third rendition of our
EU,
classic
Oceanic,
late night Classic Boyz podcast.
These different regions, say 3 to 5 new servers come out. You know exactly.
Absolutely.
Like we have to kind of understand. James
Skiller, my man.
Go into now what the technology would lead us to say. These
Iron Maiden, hallowed be thy name.
Give it a year and a half. Say, let's kind of like hasten it a little bit. Okay, year and a half, and then bam, 3 to 5 new servers per region. what are we really going to be looking at?
There needs to be a demand to supply that for, though. If there's no demand,
demand is what
there will be.
The demand is what Pat's bringing up in his whole statement. He's saying that the demand for those new 3 to 5.
Thanks so much, GSKILL, and I'll play that for you right now. It's gonna be quiet though, as you can see. I'm covering up.
It'll literally be the whole point.
I think they're gonna need
scuffed
server
everything.
capacity in the beginning more than anything.
There we go.
Than later. It wouldn't make sense to have to, because this isn't like vanilla WoW all over again, you know? It's not like
but
fresh
we're not
new,
doing
like,
this for the sake of server capacity and or you know how flooded the servers have been or are getting. These refreshes are for the guys that want to keep the fresh thing going, like Pat is bringing up. That's Pat's point, is that to keep things fresh, will it be sustainable? Sustainable to Pat and a lot of the community means
it's gonna be a little quiet though, because I want to hear these guys.
Servers coming out after one another, after they've reached a certain point in their progression, if I'm not wrong.
I mean, yeah, that exactly. I think that it doesn't and again, I didn't say it necessarily had to be like continued progression throughout, like all I'm saying is like if you follow again from personal experience,
one thing they can do is increase the amount of time it takes. Can you imagine?
When a
6 months of
server
playing to hit
reaches
60 back in the day,
the content patch where it's deemed it's worth making a new server is made, and what happens, the community moves over to that server, a la Lightbringer to Northdale, a la you know what I mean.
What do you mean by creating new servers every year, let's say, then? Because you're adding more to it.
When Nax is out, Nax is cleared, it's time for a new server, is what I mean.
Oh, okay. Not making new servers on top of that.
What do you mean? Everybody should do it? Because you're gonna have a really hard time.
Like
the first guild that
every year release like 3 new servers.
The first guild that clears it, okay, new server's out. Guess what? Everybody's leaving. It's done. They're gone.
Leave that server up. Leave it up forever. Who gives a fuck?
It doesn't matter. Look at Lightbringer, dude.
The season and
Blizzard. They had the same servers. Some of those servers have been around since 2004.
Yeah, but look at Lightbringer, dude.
This is totally different now. Because if you're talking about a progression.
Oh my lord, let me finish, dude. All I'm saying is you got to give the option for fresh progression. Like, there's no way this is sustainable. Is what I'm saying is if the initial batch of servers are locked on Nax. I'm saying that like if they give you the option to have roll a new character on a new server and leave the server where whatever, if you roll on Fuckboy A, that's your server. If you run Fuckboy A for 2 years or 3 years and Nax comes out, you clear it, great. Leave Fuckboy A alive. Let your character stay there for all of time. Right?
That only works if there's a progression and the server doesn't change. But in this case, we're making a new server now.
Exactly. That's been the whole thing the entire time, my guy.
Okay.
Just like any other private server. Just like any other private server progression.
Why have different fucking servers of different versions of each one of them? Why not just merge them in the same fucking pool? Because now it's just gonna get so many fucking servers, and it's gonna be like there's gonna be like a version of that server where there's like 5 people. And like 50 fucking people on the other server, you know?
Well, because the limitations of the server are going to be 2,500.
It's not a question of limitation. Like we were talking about, there's too many fucking servers. Where are people going to play? People are going to be fucking divided. People are going to be like, oh, I want to play here. Or I want to play there. I want to play there. Fucking round it as closely up together as possible. You don't want to fucking have that go all over the fucking place.
I understand what you're saying. Like the servers would yeah, like it would be okay. Again,
it would be insane, not performance-wise.
You're talking about if Fuckboy A, if Fuckboy A is the first classic server, and everybody from S-Fan's mom to Asmongold's fucking dick skin rolls on that server, there might be 5,000 players on that server, capped, and there's probably another 5,000 in queue, right?
Yeah.
Great. All right. That server will be around forever, just like fucking Gilneas, my original server, has been around forever.
I am,
right?
yeah.
So what we're gonna do is they're gonna say, okay,
yesterday. I put it in my stream title,
hey,
and I put it in my
Nax,
diapers is my donation goal.
So you guys probably want a fresh start, right? Here's another server. Introduce it.
June is the date.
East Coast, West Coast, Oceanic, fucking Canada, fucking Euros. You know, like fucking Danes want to go play on that shit. you know what I mean, like the Korean servers or the fucking Chinese servers, whatever, man. Like, just give people options to be able to start over. That's the only way it's sustainable. Other than introducing Burning Crusade, other than introducing Wrath of the Lich King, which again I wouldn't be entirely opposed to, but I don't think it's the right way to go when it comes, especially to World of Warcraft Classic. Like, there's gonna come a time when Fuckboy A is filled with fuckboys in full tier 3, and they're all fucking each other, and that's not gonna be fun for anybody. And Blizzard's gonna look at that, and I'm gonna have a full T3 Shamoon on Fuckboy A, and I'm gonna say, hey, you know what sucks about Fuckboy A? Everybody is in full tier 3. I'm gonna go ahead and unsubscribe. And that's when Blizzard's gonna be like, no, don't do that. We'll just make a fresh server. That, right there. If you look at the private server community, if you look at private server progression, the servers that people actually fucking play on, that's the way they do it. They release new servers when shit gets old. And that's the way Blizzard should do it as well. I think they should take the play out of that playbook.
Do they release a new server when Nax comes out a week before the reset, or do they wait and then shut down that server and open the new one? What do you think is best in that way?
It's a dangerous mix. There's gonna be like a perfect concoction of when they should do that, because as soon as you release that server, exactly what happened on Northdale and Lightbringer, dude, people just are fucking gone. They don't give a fuck about what they were doing. If they killed KT or if they didn't, they're like, fresh server, everybody's going to the fresh server. I don't want to play with 10 people. Boom, I'm going to Northdale. That's exactly what happened. Now, we were still clearing, we were doing KT up until like 3 weeks after the Northdale came out, but nobody was playing on Lightbringer on a regular basis. It was like gone.
Yeah, personally, I think they should wait till the end and then switch it. So when they close it, right away you can move them over, because people
but what Pat and me are getting towards is they will never close.
Thanks, dude.
What you're saying they're gonna close, which is
but we went over the whole thing. If they don't close it, then there's a million different copies running around, because there's US East, US West, there's Oceania, there's Asia. Okay, now they have different types of server for different regions, because I don't know, Asia, fuck man, how many countries, how many different regions, you know? So then those servers, you're gonna have previous backups of those servers, and then previous backups of those servers again for the next season. Dude, it's gonna be a fucking shit show. It wouldn't make any fucking sense in any way.
That's my discussionary point. That was my discussionary point. Let's talk about the technicality of what they're actually going to do with the numbers of these servers that they're going to have. That was my original point.
Oh, okay. Well,
like leaning towards.
But it falls under. It falls under again. Like, what are we gonna do here? Are we doing the ladder season thing? Are we not doing that? Are we just doing a progression thing? Like, how are we doing it? We don't know. Now, if it's a ladder thing,
saying it gets to Nax. Nax is out for a number of months. Say enough, you know, Nax is out for a number of months to whatever, how many ever months Nax is out, and then at that point when Nax has been out and people have had a chance to hit it and get halfway through it or whatever the hell, maybe even longer,
server merges,
to where Nax becomes something that's been done a lot actually.
Yes, but
what about server merges, Code?
Here's the problem. That's what I'm talking about. Merges. That's what I'm trying to get to. What's happening here again? Million servers, whatever the fuck. Are we doing progression? Are we resetting? But if we're doing ladder season stuff, like a new season, every season there's a reset. The only thing to do, they already have them all. It's been made, it's perfected, it works. Put them all in the fucking casual fucking server. So if it's US East casual, US East ladder, it's already available. It already fucking works right now on Diablo 2. I don't know how Diablo 3 does it. I don't play D3. But that way, everyone fucking plays together. You want to play with your boys? No problem. It's not like, oh, bro, I'm US East patch, like, you know, from like fucking a year and a half ago, and you're on the 6-month one, you know? No, we're all on the fucking casual now. We can all fuck around. Okay, let's go on the fucking ladder server now, you know?
I guess that'd be a pretty practical solution.
Nah, Sentex, I've been saying that since the beginning, my bro. I think anybody can attest to that.
Yeah, no, and again, it just comes from my basic lack of Diablo knowledge, to be honest. But
oh well, pretty much what happens, there's a ladder season. Up to a certain point, you know, I think there's like certain items that you can only get in ladder. And, you know, it progresses to a certain point, and then after that, well, your server gets moved over to the non-ladder server. You can play that character. Everyone's in together in the US East non-ladder region on that, and then everyone can roll on the ladder server. So every time that's over, it's moved over to the casual. New ladder, then move over to casual.
You're going to be sustainable. You're going to have a problem. It's super sustainable, but you're going to have a problem of people not say they're on the Darkspear server or the Gilneas server. They're not going to want their characters thrown on some mega server, some backshot mega server with a whole bunch of different people. Right. Well, I mean, I'm just trying to say
that'll keep it fresh. That'll force people to move over to ladder, because there needs to be an initiative. You know, if there's no initiative, people are gonna be like, ladder, I don't know. Okay, it's cool, we're starting fresh, but I'm kind of attached to my old character. As opposed to like the private servers, everyone gets the fuck out right away. They move over to the next server because they know it's fresh. Everyone's like, fuck yeah, fuck the previous owners. It's always like the same fucking thing over and over again, you know?
Yep. That's
a good point.
Everything's a disposal. You have disposable characters, and you're like, I'm out. I'll just go somewhere else. Start the exact same.
That's already the state of things with private servers. Just make it official with seasons, and the game stays fresh. On top of that, you don't have separation issues because they get thrown over on the casual server.
Yeah.
And the ladder, they have initiative to go on there. They want to keep it fresh, and everyone wants to be involved. And maybe you'll get some perks that you won't get. I don't know. Anybody want to chime in?
Well, I mean, it comes down to the fact of, do we believe that a Diablo-like season system would work well with vanilla World of Warcraft?
Oh yeah, thanks, James. I did say thanks.
I'm gonna have to get into that question, which I'm not. Which.
But even within that whole season thing, we don't even know if there will be a progression. So then that falls under a whole other thing too. What are they gonna fucking do? Are they gonna put a progression, or it's gonna be just stagnant, solid, same shit every season?
Legendary Bros. The problem is if they release a new fresh server every time, there's no reason to play on one server for any length of time.
I think that
there has to be initiative.
With you. Can Bizzle, I'm gonna have to disagree with you there, man. I think there's always a reason to play on any like why do you do anything, man?
Like, why are we playing on private servers?
Yeah, why you and I both know that like this server could be gone, this shaman could be gone, your rogue, your fucking paladin, your fucking warrior, they could be gone. Like the thing is, like, it's not about the fact that whether or not, like, when it comes to private servers, you're not really concerned about whether or not it's sustainable, because you know there'll always be another private server to take its place. When it comes to Blizzard, the question actually does become, is it sustainable? Because there's not going to be another Blizzard to take its place. Do you understand? So it's different. You can't compare the two. Private servers are garbage. Like, every private server I've ever played on has always been garbage. Like, it's only because of that's the nature of private servers. Yep. I'm just playing on a fuckload of them. I can tell you they're all fucking trash. But when Blizzard announces Blizzard Classic and they say we're releasing Classic WoW, as a Classic WoW player, I'm thinking, like, is this gonna take up? You know what I mean? Like, is this gonna be like my next big thing? Like, when I'm playing the game that I want to play, like, I play private servers because I love fucking Classic WoW. But is Blizzard gonna make it sustainable for longer than 2 years? Because I've been playing on private servers for a decade. You know what I mean? Classic servers at that for a decade. Are they gonna make it as sustainable as what I'm sure the majority of the private server community is already used to? That's kind of what we're getting at. Not the legitimacy of it, not the fact that it's right or wrong, the fact that if you're gonna say we're gonna release Blizzard Classic, and Blizzard Classic is to the extent of one batch of servers that run till next and then nothing else, I mean, what's gonna happen?
I didn't even care, Memer. I'm just,
all the old private server cats are gonna go back to private servers.
And you know what? That's what's gonna happen. There's no avoiding it. It's gonna happen. And like we talked about before, some people don't want to pay. They want to play for free.
I think the overwhelming majority have no problem paying. I also think that Blizzard is doing a great job of marketing Classic. I think that they've generated just such a substantial amount of hype.
There's a lot of people that do not want to pay. They're just not interested, especially
those people. Again, those people people will pay for people. That's never been the question. People will pay for Classic. There's no question about that.
But if there's private servers that offer something different,
there's no way it's going to compete with the Blizzard quality.
It will not compete. Never.
If Blizzard had Blizzard has a Classic server that costs $50
it's not a question of competition.
It's not. But dude, come on, man. Let's be honest.
I'm saying it will exist.
There's absolutely it will exist, but it will be irrelevant. Let's be honest.
I wouldn't say irrelevant, but it's not a threat. Not a threat.
I would argue to say irrelevant myself.
I know Rich doesn't want to pay. He won't pay for official Classic.
He'll
be the only one on Lightbringer left.
There's a lot of people that don't want to pay, and on top of that, there's a lot of different things. Like, we don't know. We're missing so many variables. We're saying, are they gonna do this, that? We're missing the fucking basic fundamentals to even go forward with those fucking thoughts. You know what I mean? They've really kept us in the dark here.
I mean, yeah, we gotta wait till after BlizzCon.
After BlizzCon, we will go mental.
I'm either gonna be super fucking mad or I'm gonna be super fucking pumped.
2 weeks, man. We'll find out.
Guys,
it's literally
don't put your hopes up. Do not project what you hope will be. It would be. Look at all the fucking games who've released before. Look at all the fucking hype trains that came. Think with your fucking head. Take your time, okay? Don't project what you want it to be. Open your mind. Don't get hyped up about it. When it comes around, have an open mind. Don't expect it to be a certain way, because it will probably not. But you can still fucking enjoy it. Don't set yourself up for disappointment, is what I'm saying.
I know the game inside and out. I don't really care anymore what it's gonna be. You know what? You know every boss in Molten Core and Blackwing Lair, right? It's gonna be hard for them to fuck it up. It's not. I just know that it's not gonna be the experience that I had, before. So, and part of that
private server experience.
Part of that for me is like, I don't know. It makes me snicker a little. I don't know.
Anyways, boys, I'm gonna be that guy and say we are approaching rapidly the 3-hour mark. So I'm gonna open up for I think the overwhelming topic for tonight was just what is the future of Classic post Blizzard Classic. So I'm gonna leave it to closing thoughts here, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and just go around the circle. We'll go PD. We'll start with PD, then we'll go Code, then we'll go to Cambeast, and then I'll finish it off. So what do you guys think in terms of what is the sustainability of a Blizzard Classic? What does the future of Legacy hold, whether it be Burning Crusade into Wrath, into whatever else, or whether it be Blizzard Freshes, sort of a la the private server, kind of jumping from server to server. And what are the logistics of it? We talked a little bit about the logistics of how something that would work in terms of the overload on the servers. So I'll kick it off with PD here, and we'll go around and we'll have our closing thoughts here.
All right. Well,
we got about 10 minutes here, guys. So please take your time.
Yeah, no. I mean, I totally understand. I think that it's going to be a definite look towards BlizzCon on this one, boys. I think that we're going to be stuck looking towards the information we get while the demo is being played by all sorts of people. Let's hope they go ballistic. This is what I could say. Code says, don't hope, don't, look to what you think. I got you 100% Code. Don't hope, just don't be a fanboy. Don't just sit there and hope and pray and wish that something's going to happen.
Right.
Use your mind, know what it's going to be. Okay, well, I mean, I think that we have a lot to look forward to when it comes to the news that they're going to give us. I think we may or may not get the answers to all the questions we want to hear, but hopefully we'll get the answer to most of them. Guys, I really think this is going to come down to a BlizzCon. Will we get the information? And will we be allowed to, will we be allowed to really dig into the true facts of what they're going to do here? Will we be able to get 100% of this information given to us the proper way? Walk away from BlizzCon knowing, yes, this is amazing. we have, you know, we have every bit of information we could need, or is it going to actually turn into something where we leave BlizzCon, leave the demo, and we're going, wow, I kind of don't know where I'm headed next. That's what I want to end on, you know, for my statement there, guys.
Oh yeah, yeah. Code, what where you at?
I'll take it last if you don't mind, unless you want to finish with it.
No, I was gonna say, well, it can be. So if you wanna.
Well, as far as progression and fresh servers, I mean, they're not gonna get. If that's what people are looking for in Classic, the private servers community is unique in that they're constantly battling for numbers, right? Everyone wanted people to go to Chronos because the people at Chronos wanted to make the money. Everybody at Lights Hope wanted to make the money. So what do? You come up with competition. What happens when the only competition is Blizzard? And releasing fresh servers, you just end up with the same game at the end of an expansion or you know, anything like that. And if you go to Burning Crusade, you further dwindle that population. You start fresh Burning Crusade servers. You have progression servers after 25% of the 50% of the people that go to Burning Crusade, 25% of those people go to a fresh Burning Crusade server instead. You know, they dwindle their market so much. People are like, I don't see anybody in the world anymore. You know, what's going on? Stuff like that. So I have, regardless of any of the news that's going to come out, it's going to be hard. I'm not going to get the answers I want because I think only time will tell.
Yeah. Okay.
I like that.
So, yeah, and I agree with both PD and Canby so far, but I will say it's in the very fabric of the legacy movement that there is not only a deep passion for this game that we all really care for and really enjoy, but there's also so much replay value that I think Blizzard would be absolutely asinine to ignore. I think that if you are interested in preserving legacy, whether it be through Classic, Burning Crusade, or beyond, I think that the reality of it is that if they want to preserve legacy, they have to do just that. They have to preserve legacy. And while I'm not going to pretend the logistics of it and understand the logistics of it, as far as how the server economies would be in terms of like how they would manage to be able to keep backups and all this and that, what we were talking about with preserving servers while releasing new ones, I will say this. I think that it is fundamentally built into the fabric of the legacy community. That the reason that there is such a draw, especially in the private server community, especially with hardcore players, there is replay value. And there's replay value in the fact that you get to start over and do something better, and you get to do it better again. We've seen this time and time again throughout the private server community, which is the only real precedent we have when it comes to Classic WoW. Whether or not you want to talk about it, whether or not you want to be about it, whether you want to name any names when it comes to servers, when it comes to, you know, like going back, like I said, over a decade ago, there have been Classic servers that have been released and been re-released, and there have been progression servers, and there have been new freshes and new freshes and new freshes, and I see the same names over and over again. These are people that are fundamental in the community. These are people that want to see Classic WoW succeed, and I think that the key to having legacy, whether it be Classic WoW or Burning Crusade or anything else, succeed is offering accessibility to that replay value within the game that we actually give a fuck about. And I think if Blizzard gave a fuck about us, then they would give a fuck about the replay value that we value so much. And I think that is fundamental and very, 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 very important that we have the accessibility to either progress into other expansions or to start over in some way, shape, or form, because the nature of Classic WoW is that it does grow stagnant after a certain point, and that there is no point in continuing after a certain point. And so I think that the biggest thing that I think that we can, that I personally want, I guess, the community to understand is like, where does Classic WoW go after a certain point? Where is the sustainability in this? what are their plans, because they would not have announced it if they didn't have a plan. There's an answer to this question, and someone just has to step up and have the balls to ask it. I swear to God, it's the truth. And I might be a little bit idealistic here, but I do believe that is the truth. Someone who has the ability to ask this question, have the balls to ask this question, has to ask it. Otherwise, we don't know. And if we don't know, then we are literally staring down the barrel of a 2 to 3 year span of 1 to maybe 15 servers that offer classic content that we will never actually see any sort of progression on, replay value on, or progress, like I said, into other expansions. So, me personally, I think that is one of the most important questions to be asking right now. And I do not for 1 second take anything Blizzard is giving us for granted. I understand they are the ones who created the game in the first place, and I understand that they have decided to give us the option to have legacy servers, and I do not take that for granted, and I do deeply appreciate it. But because they have made this announcement, and because we know we are getting classic servers, because they have promised as such, as a Blizzard subscriber for a very, very, very long time, we are entitled to these answers. And these are the questions that need to be asked. That's basically all I gotta say.
I understand where you're coming from. Alright. Well, I guess to close it up then, there's so many problems here. There's so many missing variables. There's so many things that we don't know that'll take us to that, you know, place where you're gonna hypothesize, you know, like, we don't know, like, are they gonna decide to go with just 1.12 off the bat? Is there gonna be progression? Obviously, you know, like, in my mind, the only way they can sustain this game is having seasons, whether there's progression or not involved. So at least it keeps it fresh. At least people like get involved, and you know, people want to start over again, all this fucking shit. It'll stay fresh and die off a little bit. It's inevitable. But then there's so many other things, you know. We have to wait till we get the announcements. Like, I was even talking about like how people shouldn't get their hopes up and all those things, you know. We're all projecting, everyone, what we think should be. You know, we're all getting fucking hyped and happy, you know, like, we've wanted this for a while, but we need to be logical about it. We can't get emotional about it. We need to approach it with a logical mind and wait things out and see where it's gonna go. And have an open mind so you can enjoy this product when it does come out.
Yeah, absolutely. I think absolutely.
There's so many things, you know, that we could talk about, but I'd like we can end it here pretty much, because we need more information. We need it.
Absolutely. Yeah, man. I definitely do agree. And again, I want to reiterate that I'm not taking anything that as far as like, we kind of already got what we want. But let's just end on a common note here, and that we've all gotten what we've wanted in terms of Blizzard Classic servers. Like, there is no denying that's a fantastic thing. Like, I think we can all agree on that. Like, can I get an amen? We're getting Blizzard Classic servers, boys. Holy shit. That is so exciting.
We don't have to worry about getting banned anymore either.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, you do. Now you have to be accountable. You're going to be accountable for your actions.
I'm probably what I'm saying is we have as a community, we've gotten what we want, and I do not mean to sound like a little bitchy, sort of nitpicky, you know, when I say like, what is the future of it? Where's the sustainability?
It almost feels like there's a build up to the after party that you won't,
in any way, shape, or form,
that you won't have so bad. It's always going to end.
That we already have, because at any value, I will take it. I will take it. What we've already been presented, and what we already know is to be true, to be Blizzard Classic, I will take it. Even if it means nothing in the future, I will take it. I'm not trying to demean or diminish the fact that we, as a community, have actually gotten what we wanted. What I think is important is that as a community, if we want this to be truly great, and we want this to be the best it can possibly be, there are difficult questions that we have to ask. That is my only point. And so that's basically the only point I was trying to make.
I like to finish on a fun little note.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
And don't show us your balls again. Oh no, he's busting out his balls.
Oh, are you gonna play with your balls, or are you gonna pull out your tree? Play with his balls.
So what's gonna happen here?
Playing with balls.
Let's think about one thing. We're moving from private servers. We're moving over from private servers to official Blizzard.
Oh.
So what's gonna happen now is you can't call people faggots anymore. Where do we draw? Where will the line be drawn about what we can say, what we can do?
I look forward to that, man. I look forward to that, to be honest with you.
Will you? What kind of jokes will you even be allowed to say? Are you gonna get banned for making Chuck Norris jokes? What's gonna happen?
What? That's where Chuck Norris jokes started. Come on.
Exactly. That's where I'd like to leave.
Sorry, Surfang jokes. Poor Pat.
That's it.
He's like, now I gotta delete this VOD.
Yep, there goes the VOD. Are you serious? This VOD is so far, man. No. 3 hours and 4 minutes. We made it so far, dude.
No.
Are you serious?
No, it'll be fine.
No guns, no fucking anything, and now fucking. Oh, damn, dude.
Whoops.
It's an easy edit. It's an easy edit.
No, it'll be fine. It'll be fine.
But it is something to think about, you know? Because think about us private server guys, man. We'll say some crazy shit to get people around them, you know? We say funny shit, but you know you can't do some of that shit anymore. Where's the line drop? Anyways, so I'm ending on that.
What a positive note to end on.
It'll be fine. It'll be fine. He didn't even say it right.
It's true. Yeah.
I was imitating, only imitating, and not a direct imitation.
I think that this was definitely I think this was definitely one of the more like I talked a lot, man. I talked a lot.
That was good. I loved it.
Yeah, man, and it's like, fuck, dude. Especially after I've been drinking a little bit, I definitely get to talking a lot more. But I didn't even feel like that was really the case. I think it just most of this just came from passion for me when it came to, like, it was a healthy dose of optimism in my mind, and I channeled it like I do with everything. I try to channel the negatives into something positive. So hopefully, like we said, these questions will be answered, and we won't have to actually worry about this. And my goal is after 2 weeks when BlizzCon's over, you know, or 3 weeks or whatever, or a month or whatever. When BlizzCon's over, we will have the answers to these questions, and we'll look back on this VOD and kind of laugh, because that man, I really do have high hopes. I really do, and I definitely believe in the vanilla scene itself too. If something is wrong, it will definitely be known, and so whether or not they want to listen or not is up to them. But I think that I have full faith in the community here that if something's wrong or if something's, you know, not the way it's supposed to be, then, you know, the consensus will be heard. So
for sure. I mean, they have to save face here. The reputation's at stake too. They're not gonna go full Korean MMO, you know, money store and all that shit.
Yeah. Anything else, guys? Anything else here?
Feeling pretty good about the wrap up, guys. Yep.
Yeah, let's end it here. I think we did real fucking good.
Man, yeah, this is our third podcast here, and we've been fucking killing it. Late Night Classic Boyz, PD Rossi, Code Delve, Ken Beast, Scuff Tower CERN, aka Milksteak Law. Appreciate it, guys. Thanks for watching, and go ahead and check out Can Beast on YouTube for the VOD. And other than that, I think we're chilling. I gotta take a piss. I'll probably make some macaroni and cheese, rub it all over my nipples. So
I'm gonna go play with my balls.
Gonna play with your balls? All right. Good shit. We'll catch you guys next week. You're on the Late Night Classic Boyz.
Peace.
All right, well. Oh.
And we're off.
Hold on,
Guys,
let me shut my.
Really fucking good.
I'll shut their Discord off. You guys can't hear them, right? There we go. I don't know if I should cut... I don't know if I should shut the... I wonder... I wouldn't know. I'm just wondering if I should stop it. What if I should stop the stream to preserve the VOD? And if I start it up again, is it going to start a new video? I'll try that. Maybe I'll try that. Well, they would ban him if that was the case. They could. They could, yeah, absolutely. Should I stop the VOD to see if I can start it up again? I'll try that. Yeah, I'll be right back. I'll try.